Hello? Can everybody hear me? Let me find it. It looks like you guys can. I'm not sure. Somebody say something. Oh, fuck. Let me turn off my computer. Oh, God damn it. Somebody say something. Right now there's going to be an echo. Okay, well, at least I know that I'm being heard because my computer just started talking to me. Yeah, I guess nobody's here. I mean, I saw like some people were waiting. They're probably just like not even paying attention because I said 4. But I wanted to be here a little bit early because, well, basically I got bored mainly. I'm literally using a Chromebook to record this. I look like shit. I'm actually going to watch myself now. See if I see how I am. I guess the quality's not that bad. I'm still so self-conscious about people seeing the reflection of my sunglasses. Why'd that one guy say that? It's like stuck in my brain forever now. How's my poll doing? Wow, only 60% of my viewers want my favorite. I got you. Lupit. I was just thinking about it. Does anybody know that you're a mod? Like, I literally like never. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. By the way, everybody, Lupus is a mod, so if you have any issues, you can go to them too. Hey, what's happening? I'm also glad to be here, for the most part. Well, here as in the stream, not here as in Ohio. Well, mind Ohio. Let me clarify. I don't know. This dumb Rust Belt city. Ugh. Only 100,000 people here. I'm drinking a Yingling right now because I get really stressed before I start streaming because I'm like, oh my God, what if nobody shows up? What am I even going to talk about? Always find something. It says that there's 8 people here, but maybe it's just lying to me. Oh, man. Lucas, should we recruit more moderators? I know you said you're not going to talk much, but still. Hey, that's what's up. Are you drinking too? We're going to have a party here. Everybody, let's get drunk. Very true. Very true. No, I'm always going to stress, damn it. I mean, honestly, last time it was super cool being able to see like everybody interact and shit. Just because, like, I mean, I see it occasionally in the comments, like people sharing experiences and everything. I love that because, again, I really want this to be a community based around like, oh, we all have this shit. We're all different, and we're going to try to understand each other. But you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, I assume that you guys did because we've been talking for a little bit, and people were mentioning it, but still. Oh man. I remember a story that I just remembered of something I did in high school. I sent this girl a really long message being like, hey, I have something to ask you. I really hope this doesn't affect our friendship. And then like I did like a whole paragraph basically going on about, seriously, it's kind of important, but like I really don't want this to like affect us in any way. And like she texts back, she's like, yeah, of course, what is it? And then sent me a really long text being like, hey, in the future, can you just come out and say what it is immediately so I'm not stressing about it? And I was like, and then I said, do you know the Muffin Man? And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. She got very upset with me. Okay, literally 1 second. I have a leather jacket. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry that I'm leaving you guys. I only do this for an hour. I'm like, I want to spend 5 minutes looking for this jacket. See, this is what's up. I actually got this from my school because there's this teacher that had a foreign exchange student, and they just left this leather jacket here, like here is in America. And since I always was wearing a leather jacket, she just gave it to me. It was sick. I love this leather jacket. I remember once I went to this hick party, and like I shouldn't say hick. I'm sorry if there's any rural people here. Rural? You guys know what I mean. Hey, Elvis. I'm usually, what's the guy from Greece? Because I'm usually compared to him. I had a question. You mentioned a video girl you dumped before prom. I was wondering Plan out in advance. Yeah, I think didn't you ask you? I think you may have commented that. No, I didn't plan out in advance. I had like this huge complex over her, and because she had because she liked me, but she was dating somebody else. God, this is such a high school story. She liked me, but she was dating somebody else. And it was like the first girl I ever had a crush on and liked me back. And so I was like so excited about it. But then she was like, "Oh, I'm choosing a boyfriend." He was manipulative as shit, by the way. It seemed like he seemed real BPD to me looking back on it. He was always like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself and shit." Not to insult BPD people, by the way. But so when I cut my hair, started wearing leather jackets, and won her back, I was basically like, I realized that like the image of her I had in my head was just not realistic. I was just idealizing her as this ideal love. And eventually and then what happened because they broke up with her right before prom. I was really torn about it though. Got all the edgy girls drooling, bro. Keep it up. I'm loving it. I don't know. I wonder. Well, okay, here's the thing. Like, and this is going to sound kind of bad, but like middle-aged women have always been so attracted to me. I feel like that's my main demographic. I remember I went to my girlfriend's house, and I like my ex, and met her for the first time, like her mom. And like I literally go use a bathroom. I hear her mom like down the hall be like, "Oh my God, that ex's name. He's so hot." And like once I was on the phone with her and she was talking, and I could hear her mom in the background drunkenly bragging to her friend about how hot her daughter's boyfriend was. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. I do look like Elvis. I need to cut my hair, honestly. I have too much of a pompadour going on right now. Got the whole greaser thing going on. I was renowned for being a modern greaser in high school. I am a modern greaser. Fuck. Who's texting me? Okay. Not important right now. You guys are what's important. My adoring audience. Oh wait, no, it's more than 56%. Okay, so 68%. Okay, I'm happy with that number. If I'm 2/3 of my viewers' favorite narcissist, I'm fine with that. How many other self-aware narcissists do you guys know? There's like Tess and Spirit Narc, and Cluster B Milkshake, and that's like it. Like, unless you guys know personally, so I guess that would make more sense. Also, the light is kind of insane right now. I don't know why. I always have the light behind me again, like I'm Jesus or something. Sam Vaknin. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, I can respect that. I have mixed feelings on him though, because how do I put it? Like, okay, if all he would have to do for me to really respect him is start citing articles, because I think he's a great example of how people viewed NPD back in like the 1960s. Some of his work is outdated, but I will always respect him though, because the one article that sometimes I reference in regards to, like in my psychopathy video, I found that through him. So I'm always going to have a little bit of respect for him because of that. Yeah, I like him way better than most of the other ones. HE Tutor. Oh, come on now. Does anybody here remember when I made that video going at HE Tutor, and for like a couple months, people would just go on my videos and fucking insult me over it? Well, she found this channel based off of that, and she liked them. She got upset with me because it was funny because in the video I mentioned that I kind of think HE Tutor's a con artist, and I was like, I kind of respect that though. Like, it was a good idea. And then and like she was like, okay, made a great video, but like as we'll be covering Cluster B, like that's not a good idea to have. And I was like, yeah, fair enough. I was just more speaking to, like, I knew that wasn't a healthy thing to think, and I would never, like, nowadays I wouldn't con people, but you know. From Mexico City, that's up. That's what's up. That's like, I mean, that has to be the capital of Mexico, right? I'm making sure. I'm terrible. Wait, is it not? It says Mexicon. Oh no, that just says Mexico. Never mind. Yeah, it is. Probably, I think. I'm not sure. I'm great at European geography. Literally, like, name a European country, and I guarantee you I'll tell you what the capital is. But like North American geography. I have no idea. Masterson's book. Who is that? I don't think I've ever heard of him. Let me look at that real quick. I'm still paying attention to you guys, but I think somebody mentioned that to me on Instagram. All that's coming up is a band. I probably spelled it wrong. Island? Or did you mean Ireland? Because I don't know any country called Ireland. Teaching. Wait, who? Iceland. Oh, fuck. This might be okay, god damn it. I hate you. Not actually, but I think you got the one country I'm not sure of. I mean, I can see it up there, actually. Well, I'm not pronouncing that, though. I love that. Evil narcissist. Oh, are you talking about HT Tutor? Yeah. Again, not a fan. Okay, I'll look at him later. Having your channel satisfying your intense boredom. Oh, that's a really good question. It gives me something to do, which is just better than nothing. And I'm very invested in it, so I keep doing it. My default, honestly, is to do research and crap when I am bored. I mean, like nowadays, it's like at the beginning, it was way more exciting for me. And nowadays, it feels more like a job nowadays, if I'm being honest, just because I have to keep up with all these social media accounts and stuff. This is why I need more mods. And I try really hard to reply to everybody's questions and stuff because we have so much, because there's so much to teach about it because there's so much fucking information out there. I mean, misinformation, which is why, like, occasionally I'll see people come on my channel and they'll be like, oh, evil narcissists and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like that. Like, we have a condition and we can be hurtful, but like, we can change, whatever. It's not helpful to just actively demonize us. And I'll answer the question. I probably won't heart it if I'm being honest, because I'm just passive aggressive like that, I guess. But like, I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability because it takes video after video after video to get a good amount of knowledge and a full understanding of NPD because it's so complicated and everyone's preconceptions about it are like not completely wrong, but often very misguided. And like some people have come on my channel and like came in basically being like, oh, my ex was a narcissist and all narcissists are evil. And like nowadays I see some of them be some of the most avid supporters of like, yeah, they can do harm, but like they're people and they should get help and we should encourage them to do that. But obviously if they're abusing you, then no contact and shit. It was, what the hell was beeping? Oh my God, is there a bomb? Probably not. It was hard. Yeah, it was. Somebody say another European country so I can prove I'm not like bullshitting. How old are you? I'm always so self-conscious about this because I'm super young. I'm only 23. Information blow your mind on NPD, I assume you mean? Yeah, like honestly, it's a fascinating disorder. I mean, I would say all personality disorders are. It's so sad that the DSM is so limited in its information because it doesn't explore the internal thought processes, just the external behaviors used for diagnosis. Because for some reason, which I really don't understand why, I guess it's more easy to see the external behaviors. The DSM-5 Section 3 alternative criteria for personality disorders are way better though. The hot-cold method to manipulate. Kinda, it's like, okay, so it's more like I can feel somebody pulling away, or I assume that they're pulling away for whatever reason, and I will like try to pull away harder so that they are basically attracted back to me because I'm not a guy who likes to chase people because I'm too proud. Or it's like towards the end of the relationship, I'm like, man, I do not want, or I just get annoyed and I just don't want to deal with them. Where'd you get the most of your academic information about NPD from? That's a good fucking question. A lot of it was just, so like I'll just go into Google and there's a way to just search for studies. I'll get curious about something with it and I'll just Google search it and eventually find an article. I'm taking off this leather jacket. It's so goddamn hot. Which is a shame because it's so stylish. But also occasionally I find a video that actually like references studies, or a lot of it was off Reddit. People would link stuff. But eventually when you get kind of like, when you start to like get into the papers and stuff and all the research, you'll start recognizing names that you can start looking up and seeing what else they wrote. And then, you know, from those papers, they'll reference other people who tell you more names. It really is just, you need to read one study and you can basically eventually become fully educated on literally anything, just because you have to look at all the references. So, Serbia, Belgrade. That's right? Man, I'm looking like an idiot now. Yeah, because okay, a while back I accidentally flipped Hungary and Serbia, and I accidentally called Budapest Serbia's capital, and I was like, I'm an idiot. I've been to Serbia. Like, honestly, you guys could ask me questions about literally anything, not even NPD, and I probably have I have like encyclopedic knowledge on way too much shit because I just spend so much time just researching random crap. Want to learn lockpicking? I should do a tutorial video on how to lockpick. Definitely admirable all of the time you dedicate to research, reflection, explaining to us. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Love you, man. Croatia, Zagreb. I learned you were only 23. I was only even more interested in your channel, huh? I'm glad. Honestly, I'm really glad. Because like there's some people on like Reddit who are like, personality disorder shouldn't even be diagnosed till 25. And I'm like, dude, I was showing like strong traits at like 16 or 15 even before that. And if I didn't become like somewhat self-aware so young, like the early intervention for personality disorders is one of the best indicators of a good prognosis. Austria, Vienna. Eleanor Greenberg pointing to Masterton. Did Greenberg work with Masterton? I don't. God, how have I not heard of this guy if he was associated with her? And like, anyways, actually, yeah, I think some of you guys know. I've mentioned this, but yeah, Eleanor Greenberg is dead now. That sucks. She wrote a really good book on personality disorders, borderline, schizoid, and narcissistic adaptations. And I like the verbiage that she used because it was very like humanizing. Apparently, she was the first one of the first people that engaged in Gestalt therapy that actually started studying personality disorders. She did this interview that I was watching, and she said that she had to go back to school because the psychoanalytic people were the only people looking into it. Bulgaria. Oh, fuck. Oh, I know this one. Oh, I'm so mad at myself. That's going to come back to me. Remind me later. England, London. Of course. Play GeoGuessr. All right. I love the idea of me running a stream and I'm just playing GeoGuessr the entire time and getting mad at myself when I get it wrong. God, what the fuck? I'm so pissed. I literally know people from Bulgaria, or at least I used to. Even earlier, I'd say before 10 even. Yeah, I mean, hell, I agree. Funny story, when I was a kid, I had this, I guess I'm not sure if this is a narcissist. It was just kind of exploitative, I guess. I was like super young and I loved Yu-Gi-Oh cards back then. And there was this one that I really, really wanted. And I made a deal with my buddy that if either of us got the card, because he won one too. And if he got the card that I wanted, he gave it to me. And if I got the card that he wanted, I give it to him. And so for his birthday, I literally had my mom buy the pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that literally the front one was the one that I wanted. So he had to give it to me. I was such an ass. Oh, that was funny. I don't know if that was a narcissistic thing though. Greenberg's teaching mentions work. Okay, interesting. I'll really look into him then. I didn't know if he was like some like pop psychologist kind of guy or not. On the smear campaign, legal action against him. You got fucking fucking Sophie. God damn it. I can't believe I forgot that. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted by seeing that. What advice do you have? Okay. I mean, like I have a video on this and it's basically just like, just don't engage. How bad is it that you feel like you have to take legal action? Because if he's going like your work and shit, I mean, regardless if he's a narcissist or not, like fuck, that can be very damaging. Maybe you can sue him for libel or slander or whatever. I don't know. I would need more information, honestly. You can, I have a video on it that I can go with that goes in more detail. Mozambique. I don't know non-European countries, if I'm being honest. Except for like some of the more obvious ones like China and Japan and shit. Really? Kernberg deprived many things from master. That's okay. I'm really going to start looking into him now. I can't believe I haven't heard of him. To what countries have you all been? So I went to not many, if I'm being honest. I did a lot of traveling around the United States, but like I went to Montreal impulsively. I got a bunch of my friends to go to Montreal impulsively after I got back from basic training. For the Army, I went to Germany and to Serbia. And I think we stopped in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know though, because I may just be making that up because the friends I made there were from the Republic of Srpska. And we were all just in Serbia. So I've been live for 20 minutes already. Jesus Christ. Oof, that's not fun at all. Like, so, ooh, God. I assume those things aren't true. I can't go into it too much just because it's like, I don't know how to handle a smear campaign just because like, I'm definitely guilty of it. I used to get people like basically excommunicated from like their social groups and shit all the time when they would piss me off. It was usually, okay, I was going to say it was justified. I guess it wasn't. Now I'm thinking about it. But it's like, all I can say is just, well, like, honestly, it's like, if you have people in your life who are going to prioritize his things without like talking to you about it first, then I mean, they're not even worth having. But if he's like talking, but if it's affecting your job, obviously, like that's a little bit bigger of an issue. I would go and just kind of warn like your bosses and shit, like just to make sure that you're okay. Basically, like, hey, my ex is lying about these things about me. Like, I just want to make sure that like we're clear about that or whatever. Germany is the best country. I was about to say a controversial opinion right there about Austria and Germany. I don't want to though. I don't think talking about things like that is appropriate. But I really want to visit Germany. I had a teacher from South Tyrol, so that's Austria. Well, no, is that from Austria? No, that's Italy now. I had a teacher from South Tyrol who was Austrian or German, whatever you want to say, and he was like super weirdly like nationalistic when he taught, and it was so funny because I just remember one day he was about to fucking break down because us fucking Americans had no idea how to learn a second language. Why do you do live streams? That's a good question. Why do I? I don't know. It seemed like a thing to do. I mean, I have fun on them. Like I love talking to people, and also I really love that like the community actually is like talking to each other during the live streams because like that's what I kind of like about my channel in particular compared to like other people's is I take the time to like try to reply like literally everybody, which is a little taxing, but like it makes people feel like, you know, included, appreciated, et cetera, et cetera. Saying or to prove that, or yes, proving core law. I mean, I would start documenting shit. Whenever somebody mentions legal shit in regards to their ex, like I haven't been personally in these situations, but like I've seen so many situations with like abusers where they need, so like you basically need like start going to the police and just so there's a paper trail of what they're doing and why and all of that. Documenting it, recording shit, whatever. People are people. We live together on the same planet. Yeah, I mean they are. Wait, what was that in reference to? Did I say something weird? Was my Austria and Germany comment taken weird? Because I didn't mean it. Yeah, honestly, I mean like because we're all actually here in the moment instead of just watching the videos when we like have the time and stuff. So like we're actually like engaging with each other instead of like you'll make a comment, I'll reply, I probably won't reply again, or like somebody else does the same. I don't know German. God damn it. People always fucking, God damn it. I hate when people talking languages I don't know on my live streams because I think they're talking shit about me and I can't tell. What if that was mean? Fuck. I had another thing. Oh, so some of you have asked about like, oh, did anybody know I was a narcissist beforehand? I actually just made a video that I'm going to post soon with me and my friend who has known me since I was like, I want to say 16, maybe 15. I can't remember. But I asked her about that and she like started laughing and she was like, well, no, but we did kind of think you were a sociopath. I'm like, God damn it. So yeah, maybe it's more obvious than I think that I'm fucking pathological. Oh my God. Maybe I am a malignant guys, I've been telling you, I'm a malignant narcissist. What can I say? It's not about you. Okay, good. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh. Tess mentioned that she was going to stop by today. I hope she does. Oh, I need to do a lot. I need to do a collaborative thing with her soon. We've been like talking about it for a while, but like we keep fucking like just not basically. Also me and her on a race to 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, and I'm about to beat her. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I fucking hate TikTok, by the way. It's one of the worst social media apps ever. But its algorithm is fucking ingenious. I have never seen an algorithm as good as it. Like, it's probably the easiest thing to ever get famous on, as long as you have like consistently good content. You could become a celebrity like overnight on that fucking thing. I mean, how long did it take me to get to 1,000 subs here? Like, it took me like what, 5 months, I want to say. And then I'm on fucking TikTok for not even a month, like 3 weeks, like actually like posting like clips of my videos and shit. And I am already almost to 1,000. Actually, I'm going to check right now. Let's see. 989. Somebody go follow my TikTok so that I can beat Tess. I can't stand the idea of her beating me. I remember because he dated me during COVID. After 1 month, she excused me verbally abuse and accused me of weird things when I was with him 24/7. What do you mean weird things? I'm kind of curious. Because that seems strange. So you did record him though? Because I mean, get all that shit together again. Get that paper trail, get evidence and shit, so that when you actually go, it'll be like, you know, a lot easier and they'll take you seriously. Because I hear so many fucking stories about people who try to go to the cops about shit, like even if it's not like narcissists or not, it doesn't really matter at that point when they're just being abusive and you take it to court. And because like honestly, I can't like give that much advice on like the stuff surrounding this relationships like that, because it's like I've never engaged in stuff like that. I barely have any experience with like the legal system, especially like civic court, or that's it, right? Civic court. I don't know. What juice are you vaping? I'm embarrassed. I don't like people knowing that I fucking vape. At least like I smoke cigarettes first. So like I'm using fucking nicotine. I'm using this for like the right reason, because I just didn't want to smoke anymore. Started smoking when I was fucking 16. But I am vaping the menthol jewel pods. I want to buy up a bunch of like these and the pods for them. So if they do end up banning them, I can sell a bunch of them for profit. What I talk to you like research in psychology. I have a fascination with history mainly. I've been neglecting that. Yeah, as evident by my fucking map of Austria-Hungary up there. That's falling down. Fuck me. History, any sciences really. Again, I did coding, hardware engineering. I did hardware. I need to get back into those though, because it's like I have all these fucking interests, but I cycle through them because I get bored of them, and also I fail my own expectations in terms of how I'm going to like go about them. It makes me upset. It makes me really upset. How long was your longest relationship? Oh my God, get ready to laugh at me. 5 months. Literally 5 months was my longest relationship. Obviously we were talking for a little bit before then. But and that was my first girlfriend, the one that I had sex with and then broke up with her right before prom. Took her virginity or whatever. And God, I was such a shitbag in that relationship. My God. Yeah, I can't. I have commitment issues. That's the thing. See, a lot of people talk about, it's like, oh, my NPDX won't let me go. And it's interesting because most people with, and like obviously everyone's going to be different and stuff, but most people with NPD have a disorganized attachment style with avoidant dismissive overtones. But obviously we can be very, get very, what's the word? Not controlling. That's what I'm looking for. Just possessive, I guess I want to say. 2026 TikTok will replace Instagram, hands down. I fucking believe if TikTok because nothing can beat their algorithm. It's insane. And then like people talk about how like, oh, I've done like I spent like an entire day on TikTok. I'm like, holy shit. I'm glad I don't really use it. I literally don't even go on TikTok for anything other than posting my videos on it. For me, it's literally just a method in which I can promote my YouTube channel. Copies with reels. Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird? Like they're all like they're like the YouTube shorts, like exactly the same as fucking TikTok. There's something wrong with it. I didn't know why I did things. Oh yeah, fuck Sam. Spectator is mentally unhinged from the behaviors. We put together a profile plus your B. Yeah, it makes sense. I do. So like when I first started this channel, because again, I really think like it's the legal aspects. It's like, okay, I can't give any advice. I'm a fucking narcissist, but like, you know, who cares? Like if it's a legal thing, like you need to be coming at it from the legal and like legal system perspective, stuff like that. Not to say that like, you know, obviously I respect the fact you're trying to get more information about how to deal with that, but it's like, I can't, I'm sorry. Like, I'm like, just document shit. It's really all I can say. This also reminded me, like when I first started this channel, I expected a lot of people to just kind of be talking about their exes and like, for me to be like, nah, those people aren't narcissists, whatever, or people with NPD, whatever, and then I started. Every now and then I've started getting comments that like they'll say something like this really subtle thing. I'm like, oh shit, like I really underestimated how good like people with their were at identifying their exes with NPD. I'm sure a lot of them do make mistakes like that, but it really did surprise me. I just walk away, I got our contact. Yeah, fair enough. Move to another city, that might be a lot, but such an addiction. BPDs do suffer from addiction too, by the way, but like they have a proneness for it. But you know, and they're, I mean, hell, maybe it's comorbid with them. There's so much overlap with the two; it's insane. Be careful, some of these people can be extremely. I'm vindictive as fuck. I am like awfully vindictive. How long do you with shame factor in romantic relationships? Oh, it's fucking constant. Well, I hardly do. Like sex is such an issue. It's fucking killed some of my relationships because I'll have sex with them and I'll feel a bunch of shame afterwards, and I'll project that onto them, thinking that they're like judging me, thinking I'm disgusting, and like that really contributes to, I guess, like me kind of like putting them down in my head and shit. I guess the devaluation, whatever. And it's killed relationships. Like next time I get into a relationship, I'm literally going to be like, we cannot have sex until we are super comfortable with each other because I don't know how to fucking handle it. It really fucking sucks. Oh, Echo commented, but then she removed it. What are you doing? I was just thinking about this. Some of my original viewers were so fucking like, so my original, some of my OGs are like Echo, E, Lupus. I can't pronounce his name, but his initials are PV, and like Freddie, people like that. And like from the beginning, because I'm pretty sure Echo's like non-cluster B. Lupus is like on the spectrum somewhere. I just not sure where. E, I'm pretty sure is borderline, but I might be making that up. And PV is pathologically narcissistic, or at least suspects they are. And I was like, from the beginning, we had this really diverse like community of different perspectives and shit. And I've always loved that about this place. If you were using somebody for just an ego boost, would you ever find yourself getting jealous that the person was getting attention from another guy? So most of my relationships have been for self-esteem regulating measures. Like I'm usually not conscious of it really until afterwards, but actually I very rarely get jealous unless it's like straight on full. Well, like I remember once I wanted to break up with this girl. I wanted her to cheat on me, so I had an excuse to get out. I like don't care as long as like she's not doing anything disrespectful to me. She can talk to guys. They can pay attention to her. I actually like it because I love when guys are paying attention to the girl I'm bringing home at night. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you fucking want what I have. Too bad. Did you ever get envious of your girlfriends? Like envious of their traits? Or like, how do you mean? Because like, yeah, like most of the girls I ended up dating were people that I was like envious of. That I was like, they have this trait that I really wish I had. And then I started dating them because I admired them for it. Hi, Shannon. From Scotland. That's cool as hell. Yeah, saw my eyes. I was thinking that maybe my stream should just be like the only time I take off my sunglasses. But I'm like, nah, it's too much of a cool thing. I'm sad it's kind of over now because people are able to see it. People can screenshot that and just like spread it around everywhere. Have I been vindictive? Ooh. Once called I mentioned this in my last video. Somebody once wronged me, so I knew they were doing underage drinking at a party somewhere, and I fucking called the cops on them. I mean, it's usually like a more in the moment reactive thing where it's like, oh, like I feel insulted by this person and I just immediately attack back. But there has been times it's been a lot more calculated, so to speak. Don't turn into raw money. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, I mean, because again, a lot of those things I can't really speak on. I do have a very strong conviction that not all people with NPD are abusive, and that to varying degrees, it's very harmful to tie abuse to NPD. But I can see how it'd be helpful to interpret abusive behaviors with the motivations of somebody who's pathological, because like the way that you would handle an abusive situation in regards to somebody who has NPD or like a normal in quotes person or somebody with another disorder are going to be completely different, because with each one, they're like thinking in a completely different way. So I respect it when people want, like, I get it why people want to understand better their abusers' motivations and everything. It's just I can't give much insight on it. I was a piece of shit, but I mean, and like slightly emotionally abusive, but since I got diagnosed so young, it's not nearly as bad. I honestly advise going to cluster B milkshake for that, just because it was way longer until she became self-aware. Do you think NPD people have a type? Like type is in like people they prefer to date and shit. Because not a homogenous one, at least. Usually it's usually just like traits that they you guys know what's happening. Usually just like traits that like we admire, like somebody who's intelligent and fun and stuff like that. Sometimes like I look at like virtuous people and I'm like, oh my God, like you're the best thing that's ever existed. I want to be with you. I'm your fucking worm. It's really weird. And one sec, I want to see how many people are here. 28, cool. But other than, I would say personality traits, there's some themes. Physically, actually something very interesting. People who are more narcissistic people actually like girls with like bigger boobs, because like it's tied to expositionism, and it's like very in your face, like sexual attraction sort of thing, and you can kind of imagine where that goes from there. Great format, getting the audience to contribute. Oh, also, this guy's fucking great. He has a channel on schizotypal personality disorder. Super interesting. It's really cool. Oh God, I lost it. Where are you? Wait, what the? What do you mean everyone's joining? Oh gosh. Oh my God, what's happening? Did someone post something about my stream and like I have no clue what's going on? Okay, great format, getting the audience to contribute. I think I have usually been at home most of the time with I have been at home most of the time with narcissists. Oh, gotcha. I have a big ego, fine with me. Yeah, that's funny. I love that. Honestly, one of my basically my best friend, she has schizoaffective disorder, and obviously, there's a lot of ties between schizotype disorders and schizotypal personality disorder. So I wonder if there's something tied with that, of like that tolerance. Also, my other best friend is also suspects to be cluster A with a schizoid shit. I wanted him to do a video with me and he wouldn't let me, because he's like, I don't want people to know who I am. And I don't get that. Why don't you want everybody to know who you are? Ugh. It's like, I don't want to be known. I'm like, I don't care. We actually talked about doing a podcast at one point, but he was just, You guys would love me and him talking, because we have like this hilarious banter. I love it. You're spot on. Oh man, I changed accounts. Wait, what was I spot on about? I forget. Do you have any psychotic symptoms or any spiritual experiences when you first gain awareness? Okay, so there is an associated feature according to the DSM-3 before they neutered the diagnosis. That is still with BPD, but they took it off the NPD one just because it's not as common, where we do go through periods of transient psychosis under stress. So like when I went through my quote unquote collapse, I need to find a better word for that. I hate the term collapse. I did go into transient psychosis. Like I was like, you should have seen me. I was like fucking paranoid, looking around and shit. Thought everyone was out to get me, just lashing out at anybody who tried to talk to me even. Not a good time. I always say, like, I will do anything it takes not to go back to that space. I don't think there's anything in the world that I have experienced. I would prefer to go back to my childhood than back to my collapse. Andrew Bride said, "How are you doing, man? I've not seen you in a little bit." And also I did, now I'm thinking about it, I did like have like a brief like coming to Jesus moment after my collapse, which is really funny. Did you have a antenna for other cluster Bs, kind of like an intuition, like pretty sure this person felt cluster B? No, not really. It's weird to say. So, because like I project so much that I don't trust myself to identify when somebody else is a narcissist, because I'll look at them and I'll be like, oh, that person is definitely narcissistic. But no, they're just doing normal behaviors or have one instance of being narcissistic. And I'm like, oh, they must be just like me. So not real. I can identify borderlines kind of well, I'd say, but I kind of overassume with borderlines too. It's fucking nuts. I know when something's off about somebody. I can't really tell what it is. But I do have a little theory though, that like you can kind of tell. Now this is going to sound really weird. And like this isn't like anything based in science, but I can kind of tell when somebody's cluster Bs by looking at their eyes, which is like weird, right? But no, they just have like, these eyes that look like, and I do too, that like they just never got a good night's sleep in their entire life. Does that make sense? You look at them, they got the fucking bags under their eyes. They just look tired or emotional. Hi, everybody just joining in. Yeah, hello, everybody. Welcome to the party. I got as my phone background. God, I don't know what people are referring to. I want to go back, but like, I see a bunch of people are commenting. Hey, everybody. Hey, Tara, how you going? Do you believe emotional incest in PDs and sons and mothers? Ooh, so I haven't read a bunch of research on it, but like relationships with mothers do seem to have, based on like the old literature, I'd say, because it's not really like explored nowadays, I'd say. But it always seems to me that people with NPD have a way worse relationship with their mom as compared to their father. Like I remember I was talking to somebody once, and because for me, my mom was always she had a lot of like kind of like how you like either she was all up in my business or she was completely like just not there and detached. And I can see how that would confuse my boundaries in terms of that kind of stuff. They also got weird shit with that too. And that might just be confirmation bias for me. I don't know. It does seem like there's some shit going on with narcissists and their mothers, though. It's like, because I remember like in some of the old literature, they thought that like, oh, they want to hate the mother, but like that's like intolerable. So like, I don't know. It's weird. I haven't looked into it in a long time or really thought about it. Why do over NPDs avoid psychopaths most of the time when you sense they're dangerous for your shame-based PD? I mean, don't most people like I'm not saying to avoid psychopaths, but don't most people fucking avoid them? I mean, I'm not saying that, psychopaths can obviously be good people when they learn how to actually function and all that, and they realize that stuff. I don't know. Well, I mean, here's the thing though. Like, if like a psychopath and a factor 1 psychopath and somebody with NPD like want to hurt each other, like emotionally speaking, let's like the person with factor 1 psychopathy, they got him beat out. Like all you gotta do is like insult me and I'm like basically done. Wow, I can insult somebody with factor 1 psychopathy all day and they'll be like, that's fine. You should cut that cut of you out so you could have gotten 1K for taking your sunglasses off. No, like you guys owe me $1,000 now. I'm still waiting on it. When are you guys going to get that to me? Envious of their traits, smart, confident. Yeah, like smart, confident, charismatic, attractive, like a lot of surface level things mainly, if I'm being honest, because I lack emotional depth sometimes, I guess. Well, but I guess I don't as well. I don't know. I'm emotional. Hey, Echo. Covert ones are better with them. I mean, I'm still trying to like figure out, like, I don't know what I would call myself in terms of like in the literature how it refers to narcissism, because like there's grandiose narcissism and vulnerable narcissism, and those are very highly correlated, right? And if you're a pathological narcissist and you're above a certain percentile of pathological traits like grandiosity, then you are going to have both vulnerable and grandiose states and kind of fluctuate between them based on the moment. And so like, but then on top of that, you can have covert or overt traits in grandiosity and overt or covert traits in vulnerability. And I'm like, I guess I show my grandiose traits more overtly, like especially in my videos and like when I'm with people. But I think I also show my vulnerable traits kind of overtly. I try to hide them, but like I'll have like these breakdowns where like these all come out. But I mask super well too, so it's hard to say. That sucked. What sucked? Did I do something? God damn it. Gaslighting? I don't know what we're gaslighting about. Fuck. Oh my God. Why do I get so backlogged every time? I still want to know what sucked. I'm really self-conscious now. You guys are killing me. Do you have anything you're curious about your viewers? I mean, yes, like hence why I did that poll of like how many are cluster Bs, how many people just are a little, how many are like a little like mentally ill in different ways, how many are normal in quotes, because I am like super curious about most of my like the demographic breakdowns, especially just like who I'm appealing to and everything. I also wonder like one of my most common questions is, why do you want to know this stuff, if I'm being honest? Like I find it super interesting, mainly because it's me as well, and like I know a lot of people have like their exes, they want to understand their relationships with people, right? But like I'm always super curious why people want to know about this stuff, because like I don't know, I wouldn't spend that much time researching this if I wasn't affected by it, like the disorder. My grandmother is NPD and she saw my, oh, you might be talking to somebody else, but terrified of her, a very strong ASP, still ended up with an NPD. Oh, good times. Wait, you have ASPD? Terrified of her, a very I had no idea you were ASPD. Or wait, are you saying, no, wait, you have ASPD? Interesting. Really interesting. Hey, bro, what's up? I can't pronounce your name at all, but an ASPD and an NPD, how would that relationship work? That's super interesting. Question: when you cheat, do you like your primary supply knows so she can be hurt? Well, I've only cheated like a handful of so there was two types of cheating for me. Well, and then there's like me trying to get with girls to make them cheat so that like I can feel like I'm better than their partner. But no, so it depends. Am I emotionally cheating or physically cheating? Because if I'm emotionally cheating, I'm going to hide the fuck out of that, because that means I actually want to be with that other person, right? But if it's physical cheating, I probably had some kind of goal in mind in terms of like, oh, look, I can do better than you. I don't need you. And it usually is when I feel threatened in the relationship, or I feel like I'm about to lose them or whatever. And if I did do it like that, because I'm not really a cheater, but like the only way I can see myself cheating is if I need an excuse to end the relationship, or they piss me off to a point that I was like, I need to prove that I'm worth something, because otherwise I'm going to just feel worthless and shit. Okay. Oh, first of all, KFK, KFK, KFK. Jesus, that's hard to pronounce. Welcome to the stream. And Yeah, he's fucking, and like Hin Song, is that how you pronounce it? We can't have another she situation where we're spending the entire time trying to pronounce Alicia. I probably pronounce it wrong again. But yeah, he's fucking he's amazing. His like some of his videos, his tangents, I like just watch. I'm just kind of amazed. I'm like, wow. And I love how positive he is, right? Because I try to be fun and shit, but I'm kind of a dark person in a lot of ways, just in terms of like, yeah, I'm kind of fucked, and I kind of laugh at bad shit, and I'm like, whatever. But I just love his positivity. How do you feel when you tell a lie against somebody you know that they're telling the truth? So, okay, that's a good question. Because yeah, I have done that for sure. Because there are times I genuinely believe like my lie, because it's like, oh, it's so weird, because like you almost convince yourself when you are lying about something like that like it's true, and it kind of feels true, but in the back of your head you know it's a lie. So it's like I don't feel much other than like it just feels like I'm being just in lying, right? Like if it's about somebody, a lot of times it's like, this isn't the truth, but this is an expedient way to get to what justice is. Does that make sense? It's really bizarre. Drinking beer randomly got involved. Wait, drinking beer randomly got involved. Was that a reference to something? Or are you just talking about me drinking beer randomly getting involved? Also, I gotta pee real quick, guys. I apologize. Like, I was about to take off my glasses again. That's not happening. I'm going to extend the stream a little bit today, just because I have to pee, and I don't like distracting from it, and I've been getting distracted. I forgot to take my Adderall today. I'm suffering. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to be pissed if Tess doesn't show up. She promised that she would. So, wow, thanks for the shout out. This would have been fun. This would have been so fun if enough schizotypal would show up and open up in a stream. I just bound around in the concepts loosely tied to reality. Okay, I would fucking love to see a bunch of dude, you gotta make a video with if you have any other friends who are schizotypal, just you guys having a banter, because I think I might get super fucking lost in that conversation, but I think that'd be so interesting. The way you guys think is just so unique, and I love hearing it. I didn't mean secondary psychopath, ASPD primary. No name they will. Oh, you mean your ex will have MPD? I mean ASPD. I'm excited and overwhelmed that you recognize me. See, isn't that an exciting thing when like you're recognized somewhere on the internet for the first time? Like when I started getting recognized on Reddit, I was like, holy shit, I'm like a celebrity now. I'm the best narcissist there is. I'm the emperor of the narcissists. I'm declaring it here. Somebody crown me. Contact the Pope. Collapse. Sam Vaknin calls it mortification. Yeah. A lot of the psychoanalytic people called it a mortification back in the day. I'm not. I prefer collapse because that feels just more intuitive to my experience. But I can see also how mortification would kind of match. It's just like when that happened, I just felt like, because I really felt like I was collapsing in on myself, I guess you could say. Like, I'm trying to think like a good way to put it. It's just like I was faced with all this shit I've been running from for so long, and like the emptiness was like awful. What do you mean by they will? No, they will not know there's a primary until they date them, and very often they're not. Oh wait, okay. So they will not know there is a primary until they date them, and very often they're not scared. They attempt the same games, and it reflects back and run due to that. So they will. So I'm sorry, like it's not your fault or anything that like I'm having a hard time understanding. It's just that because like I forget what the context that this was in, that I'm like fucking trying to be like, what the hell were we talking about? That was a primary until they date them, and very often they're not scared. They attempt the same games, reflect like primary. Are you talking about the primary psychopathy? But I'm pretty sure you asked a question regarding like, or was that somebody else that did the primary? Fuck, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. C forward. Why'd you redact your message? All right, you were the guy who said something that might have been mean to me. My ex was a weird relationship with his mom. I'm convinced there's a cluster B family that I went no contact the day I met him, and thankfully there isn't. Not too intelligent. I avoid a lot of them, and I also consider them low. See, that's the thing, is that like the cluster Bs who like don't have, this is going to sound really mean, but don't have that much intelligence about them. They aren't even like scary. Well, they are to some degree, but they're just like they're just kind of sad. It's like, why are you doing these things, dude? You're really bad at handling all your shit. Because like the more intelligent ones, we recognize that like usually we're like, okay, we know we aren't relating to shit very well, and we kind of learn what the acceptable things to do are. But like my family, fuck. My family, like fucking chock full of cluster Bs. A lot of them diagnosed, actually. I cannot think of a single person in my family that wasn't cluster B. I've talked about my grandmother before. I guess my grandpa on my dad's side might not be a narcissist, but both my grandpa on my mom's side definitely was. His wife had BPD. My other grandma had BPD. I had one cousin who was schizophrenic. I need to draw out my family tree sometime. Why every book about ASPD have eyes on the cover? Oh my god, that is such a weird thing, isn't it? I don't know. Like, I don't know what when they talk about any type of psychopathy, how that relates to like the symbology, the symbolism we use for it. So bizarre. And my symbolism is the opposite. Goat eyes. The eyes are dead. I've never actually met somebody with factor 1 psychopathy. I'd be interested to look at their eyes, though. Like I always said, like fucking cluster B eyes and shit. I imagine that they'd have a similar tired look and shit. I mean, they're bored all the time. Like I honestly feel bad for people with factor 1 psychopathy and APSD and factor 2 psychopathy, because I know what like chronic boredom is like. I can't fucking imagine how bad boredom must be that like they're like, I'm fucking bored, I need to burn down a house. Like, holy shit. Like, I've been tempted to do shit like that, but like just to act on that, fuck. People with ASPD do have emotions, actually suffer depression. Yeah. Because I know that like I kind of overgeneralize with psychopathy because I don't know, right? And I just don't, I'm not interested in it. But yeah, I know that you guys suffer from depression and depression and boredom are like the two that seem to be the most common. Like, and that's what people don't understand, is that these wouldn't be categories for a diagnosis if there wasn't suffering associated with them, right? Because like you're not going to fucking just because someone commits crimes, that doesn't mean they're mentally ill. Just because somebody's an abuser, it doesn't mean they're mentally ill. A lot of normal people commit crimes and commit crimes and abuse people. You know what I mean? I'm still super surprised you're ASPD, by the way. And not because like it didn't come off like that, right? But just because like you never mentioned it and I just wasn't even like thinking about it. How do you know the difference between childhood trauma and narcissistic personality disorder? Well, is there a difference? That's a question. Well, to me, CPTSD is often what happens when you're abused consistently as a child. And I view personality disorders kind of as the logical conclusion to those. Like every time that you, if there's certain patterns of abuse, then the CPTSD will evolve into a personality disorder. That's kind of how I view it. MPD suffers depression, anxiety, and we also have a tendency that PTSD. I mean, there's a lot that fuck. I cannot emphasize, like, I go back and forth on this, but like, I really fucking hate having MPD. Like, honestly, I do kind of wish I had factor 1 psychopathy, and obviously that would be a good time, right? But like, just like not caring what other people thought of me. Oh my fucking God, that would change my life. Holy shit. There's Machiavellian manipulation, MPD manipulation, which is more childish and so on. So, okay, in my opinion, I wouldn't call it more childish or like less sophisticated or anything like that. I would call it like, it's just the goals are weird, right? Because I will manipulate people, make them think I'm better than them and lie about things that ostensibly aren't important just because I want them to give me self-esteem juice. I want to feel good about myself. While somebody with ASPD is just going to be way more goal-oriented and like about, and aren't as affected by some aspects of emotionality, obviously. And they still feel emotions. I know some emotions, but just aren't as affected by them by somebody like BPD or MPD, where our emotions are fucking wild all the time. So I would say it's not the manipulation that's more childish, but the it's not manipulation, but the what's it called? But like the goals. And also, I love how I'm still sitting at 60% for the best narcissist. Oh, 61% now. Do you guys think that was funny? I thought the poll was hilarious. Yes, they can be good people. Look up fucking what's his name? John Fallon, I want to say. Jim Fallon. Not Jimmy Fallon, but like it might be John Fallon. He is a guy who had no idea he had fucking psychopathy his entire life. And he was actually like, and like he was like a good parent, a good husband, stuff like that. He's never fucking realized it. And he just thought, like me, that everybody was like me. Super interesting TED Talk, by the way. You should really check it out. Thank you. Hi, Tina. So you got diagnosed by a way seeking help by a depression. That I'm curious about that too. Were you diagnosed? That's another thing I'm curious about my cluster, well, not my cluster Bs, but my viewers, my viewers who are cluster Bs is how you got diagnosed. That's always something that's interesting to me. But I bet I wouldn't be surprised because I imagine that's why most people with ASPD, like if they aren't forced to because of like the legal system, probably how they get diagnosed. It's all based in trauma. Agreed. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I just lost my place really bad. Oh, my God. Holy shit. There's way more messages than I thought. Oh, my God. I am so fucking behind. I'm going to have to extend this stream a little bit. Yeah, so yeah, fucking don't get used to this though. Maybe I'll go for an hour and a half, but I don't want to make a habit of like being on streams for super long just because I don't want this to get redundant. Yeah, all based in trauma, 100%. I can turn on the sociopathy in me. The factor 2 psychopathy. So like on a whim, you can just like fucking become like unhinged, I guess is a good way to put it. Again, I still cannot believe my fucking friends in high school thought I was a sociopath, or at least those two friends. I was so fucking surprised. Apparently, she just looked up some shitty article and it was like, oh, they're manipulative, don't feel guilt and shit. It's like, yeah, they can be charming at first. It's like, I'm always charming. Thank you. Trauma could be the case of MPD. See, how I view it is like you have a genetic predisposition for a personality disorder, right? Or if you don't, it turns into CPTSD. But if you do, like you get CPTSD and then you kind of adapt to it through a personality disorder. And like it's super interesting because like don't get me wrong, everybody with a personality disorder, even the same ones, are so different. But like the worldviews and shit like that, I was shocked when I started talking to Tess. She was one of the first I met who was also diagnosed. And also cluster B milkshake. Just how like similar everything we thought was. Like how we viewed the world and shit. So fucking fascinating. Do you know your Myers-Briggs type? And if so, any thoughts on how to enforce? So, okay, I don't think that the Myers-Briggs is statistically valid. There hasn't been much research on it, but regardless, I do think it's fun. So I think I'm ENTJ/ENTF. Is that what it is? I know the last one I fucking flip back and forth between. ASPD is often different in women and gets overlooked. Glad you got diagnosed. Yeah. I'm really curious actually. Do you know any studies or something, or like personally how it manifests differently in women versus men? Because I know nothing about ASPD. I don't like talking about it for that reason, because I'm like, man, I'm going to get fucking so much wrong. You're talking to somebody else. It sucked that you took your glasses off. Okay. Oh my God, dude. You should have said something earlier. I have been worried that you said something mean this entire time. Oh my God. I was so stressed. No, yeah, I did. I still want to edit it out. I just keep forgetting to. Myers-Briggs is BS. Only the ocean test can tell us something about personality. Yeah, honestly. Like, again, it's fun, but it's just not statistically valid. But like, I take personality tests like fucking like religiously. And sorry, I'm vaping everywhere, by the way. Because just I like learning about myself, and again, they're fun, and it's super interesting to see like I found the pathological narcissism inventory, and most of the time I send them people, and it's just like middle, like you're normal, right? But every now and then I'll get these weird ass results where it's like one is all the way like super low, like lower than normal. One is all the way super high, like way higher than normal. And I think black and white thinking definitely plays into how the answers are so extreme when pathological people take them. Like if you look at the pathological narcissism inventory, in every single category, I was like in 4.5 to 5. No worries. I like you. You're my favorite self-aware NPD. Aw, I appreciate that. I hope you voted in the poll. Max stalked me on Google account, confronting me to deactivate his social media account and started a new social media. He pretended to be disgusted about the thought of him ever doing that. I guarantee that he actually was disgusted. Well, not like, let me put it this way. So I do have a habit of like, I'll check my fucking exes. I call it keeping tabs, right? Because I want to know what's going on, and I kind of want them to like reach back out to me, but I'm too proud to do so. So maybe sometimes I'll make like a playlist on Spotify or something so they come back. But I would, if anybody caught me doing that, I would be mortified. I wouldn't know what to do. I would literally probably just like walk away because it'd be so shameful to me. Like, to me, it's pathetic. The idea that somebody can have that much sway over to me to go to that extent. You know what I mean? If you're excuse somebody's abusive behavior because they suffered childhood trauma, you were in a dangerous situation. I agree. Hence, another reason that I am so opposed to tying abusive behavior to like personality disorders, right? Because it's like, you're giving them something to hide behind, I guess. Because I always say that it's more of a corruption in values than corruption in psychology. But the unfortunate thing is, childhood trauma can lead to both of those things. So there's a lot more overlap. Experience. There's an emotional cheating, good explained in Susan Ford's books. I don't know who that is, by the way. I might look into it. Understanding about abusers doesn't mean you're able to forgive. There's no excuse for doesn't mean you're able to forgive, or doesn't mean that like, yeah, because I do agree. Like you I'll put it this way, like, because I think, do you mean that like you can forgive? Like, not to say you should go back to him, but like I feel like if abusing Jesus, understanding why somebody acted the way they did can be very comforting. And I feel like holding on to resentment isn't helpful. I mean, I always do, so I'm a hypocrite, right? But I feel like you can forgive somebody without letting them back into your life and having very strong boundaries, being like, I don't fucking want to talk to you ever because I don't trust you. That being said, like, I don't really forgive, which I really want to change that, but it's hard. You're not a dark person. I think you're actually a good hard person under all the MP layers. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not sure I agree. Because I don't know. I feel like my mask nowadays, especially, is way more kind-hearted than like I really am. But that's just because people with MPD often have this really weird feeling of like, how do I put it? Of like innate badness. Like I'm just fucking awful on the inside for no reason. Relationship with the ASPD and MPD is great at the beginning. We mask also, but when they start their devaluating stage, it's dangerous. He is low functioning with comorbid issues. I'm high functioning. Ooh, yeah, that does not sound fun. Because I feel like, don't you guys have like a whole thing like where like it's not respect? Is it respect that's really important to you guys? And somebody disrespects you, you like want to get violent. And I might just be fucking making that up if I'm being honest. But like I can see how like he starts being dismissive and like devaluing and shit, it like piss you off, and that could escalate real fast. Again, I might be wrong about that. Thanks for that. I feel like part of the fun is that being peppy about the most sour topics. Yeah, I agree. It's like bring some fun to these conversations, right? Like it sucks having personality disorder, and if you have an unaware one in your life, it can suck knowing them. Depending on the situation. Like I was still fucking fun when I was unaware, but you know, I put through people through shit. And like we should be able to talk about this in a way that's like a little bit more lighthearted and a little bit like it doesn't have to be so grave, you know? I still fucking love your videos, goddamn. I have BPD and I have 2 friends with MPD, and for some reason these are the healthiest and most empathetic friendships I ever had. I fucking believe it. I honestly do. A lot of people forget self-sacrificing self-enhancement. Like we will, well, one, like I relate way more to BPD people than like quote unquote normal people. The first person I met who was cluster B was a self-aware BPD person. I was like, holy shit, you kind of think like me. This is insane. And we have the self-sacrificing self-enhancement where like, obviously we don't want people to get hurt, right? But like, we don't care that much, but we will go out of our way to be kind to people because it validates us. And like, to me, is there that much of a difference between that and like, what's it called? Just doing it for altruistic reasons. But then again, I have heard a lot of people on the MPD forums say that like the only people that they can even kind of empathize with, like even briefly, are BPD people. I mean, the person my entire life I felt the closest to has very strong BPD traits. I'm not going to try to diagnose her just because, you know, that's wrong. I knew from day one something was off. Yeah. Okay. This is like a unpopular opinion. I mean, not unpopular, a controversial one. I earnestly think every single person with personality disorder knows something's not right. Because like all of us have to basically adapt to like actual society to some degree and start masking, except for like, I guess the really like, I don't know, dumb ones, maybe not. But I feel like all of us know something's off. We just don't have words for it because there's no education about it out there. Like I bet that like you didn't suspect that you had well, maybe you suspected it, but like you were like, probably not, because that's how I was with my NPD. But I would actually love to hear your opinions on extended nameless. I have a party to go to later tonight, so I can't for very long, but I will. Again, I'm really behind on the chat, so fuck. Oh my god, did I only just get to the part where I left for the bathroom? He's gone, part without a host. Yeah, like you guys, Nameless is out. Talk shit on narcissists. Oh my gosh. Don't take off your sunglasses now. Oh, I will not, never again. I might edit that out. And so anybody on that stream are going to be the last people who ever see my eyes, except for fucking Cluster B Milkshake. Because you talking like somebody from the, how am I talking like somebody from the ASPD subreddit? I'm curious what you mean. I'm amazed that you seem to be intend to go through. Wait, you intend to go through the chat item by item because I guess how could you choose? I mean, like it's the same reason why I fucking like reply to every single comment I get is because I don't want it to seem like I'm just this, like I'm on a fucking pedestal. I'm like this fucking badass celebrity that like these people aren't worth my time and shit. Because I would hate to feel like that myself. And obviously, you know, I kind of feel like that, right? But I'm trying to build an actual community. And so when I see some of these like channels who just do not engage with their audience, I'm like, one, I'm like, you're not going to be that successful. And two, like, what is even the purpose? You know what I mean? I mean, like, there's people that do that and have great channels, but like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a super important thing. Everyone in chat say we heard you pee before Nameless gets back. Wait, did you guys hear me pee? Actually, I wouldn't care. Now we can go wild. I'm like afraid to go further down these messages. I hope you guys didn't like burn down a house. Got like 1/3 of you fuckers that do have cluster B personality disorder, so it wouldn't surprise me. I don't want good and been a loving mom, but I'm constantly punished like the ex he had with NPD. Oh, okay. You guys are talking with yourselves. I don't know who is Finisher. I didn't even see that. person. Weird. No, he couldn't read and he was super sloppy and he was lying off and called him out. Okay, I will say, I'm trying to think. Oh, wow, I was going to say something. I will say it's probably less related to his NPD. Well, I think it's less related to his NPD and more related to his intelligence, if I'm being honest. Like, I'm damn good at keeping my story straight. And I kind of like end up kind of believe because I don't get it when people tell lies that can be found out, right? I made that mistake a couple times, don't get me wrong, because I get sloppy every now and then. But like, I don't get like, if you tell a lie, there can be nobody that knows the truth about it. Does that make sense? Or like you basically confirm with all the, like you have very, very reasonable suspicion to know that the people who do know it's a lie won't out you. Andrew Bride, damn. ... I don't know what that. Oh, that I came back. Okay. I was like, oh man, what'd I say? Also, his behavior reeked on mental illness. I played along until I got abusive and I ended up kicking that. Go you, honestly. Fuck. I wish more people who had abusers would like fucking do shit like that. My fucking, like, for example, my sister, she was in this abusive relationship with this super predatory guy that was like fucking three times her age. And my fucking sister, like the badass she is, fucking stabbed the fuck out of him on multiple occasions. If she didn't call the police, that dude would have died in like a minute. Go Janice. Fuck that guy up. Pure how I grew up with family, that dynamic. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I hate violence, but he started. You hate violence? Yeah, I guess that's stigma in my head, isn't it? That people with ASPD like violence. Oh, crowning me. Thank you. Kendra, I humbly accept it. Glad to see you here. I didn't see you coming earlier. No, but literally, cluster A's are so interesting. I want to see more of them here. No, honestly, okay. Anybody, if you want a super interesting like read, go on the Schizoid subreddit. They have this super intellectual style about and they have a very philosophical way of thinking. It's so fucking cool. Like really, anybody that wants to see that. I don't care. They live in a fantasy of sorts. I don't know what we were just talking about. What were you talking about? The cluster A's? I don't know. Just followed you on Instagram. Hey, that's what's up. I'm way more like, so I've been having like a struggle with how I balance this because here I try to be as honest as I can about my opinion as an NPD. I'm like, yeah, the circumstances that lead to NPD developing are also experiences that would lead to people being abusive, but I don't want to pin that on NPD. But on my Instagram, I'm way more like just like positive about it just because of the audience there. And then on TikTok, I'm a little bit more negative about it because I'm not trying to defend the disorder as much because the audience there is way more anti-NPD. And I always kind of struggle to be like, where do I draw that line? Like, I know I've heard a lot of people, but I don't know enough NPDs to know how pervasive that is. So I'm always like, I don't know. But I appreciate it. Max literally could not take care of himself. He was functioning like he could drive, cook, clean, but he needed me in ways I couldn't. I didn't need him emotionally and psychologically. Yeah, that's the thing. We're fucking needy as shit. We're going to be constantly asking for reassurance all the fucking time. I hate it. I'm so fucking insecure, and I despise that about myself. Oh, there's the finisher. I didn't see him comment earlier. 2 years after his death, I realized my father was a covert / malignant. His codependency was driven by it. My mother, I'm in no contact with, is overt to the hilt. Man, that sounds like a fun time. Guys, 2 narcissistic parents. I can't even imagine that. I agree with the Nameless Narcissist. Some of the stuff pegged on MPD is actually probably paranoid stuff because cluster A can be full of fury, suspiciousness, vindictiveness, and a lot of paranoid. Yeah, because like a lot of people, what I see is they definitely confuse some of the behaviors in paranoid personality disorder because it can be so jealous and vindictive and what's the other word? Controlling. And same with OCPD to a certain extent, but not as obvious, not as much as PPD. That like they because everybody's only talking about narcissistic abuse, hence why I don't like the term. So they assume they see these behaviors like, oh, they must be a narcissist, but then they are not. Maybe they sound like PPD, and then they're trying to approach it in a way that will not work for a narcissist. For somebody who has paranoid personality disorder, and because they're going at like somebody with a narcissist, and that just fucks them over. And that's why I hate the term narcissistic abuse, because it narrows the way that we view abuse and the possible motivations behind it. Again, a personality disorder doesn't cause abuse, but like it's going to paint like the flavor of the abuse, so to say. So I go through that. Okay. Talking to yourselves. Close abusers are pathetic, and often the families are trash. We are kind of pathetic, if I'm being honest. Like, we're fun. We can be super fun, but like, I mean, we're so like, we're just unstable, and we can hardly function. Psychopaths are easily bored, but there are many ways to distract. Yeah, like fucking doing drugs. My grandma at least married a Rhodes professor. What's a Rhodes? Oh, that's not true. GF. I don't know if that's not true for all psychopaths. Oh, fuck it. Wait. I don't know who you were talking to for that. Wait, go figure. Oh, fucking. What was I fucking talking about? God damn it. This is an issue. Do a family, you map your generation. Does. Oh, yeah. No, honestly, I really want to like have a video where I just have like, I just have like a chart of all my family and what was fucked up about them with stories and shit. I could easily do that. I have a lot of stories about that. Your poll has me in stitches. Good. I thought it was hilarious. Crime and abusive behavior has zero to do with mental illness. I agree. I hope I never come off like a sociopath. I just want to be me and I'm a nice person. I believe it. Again, like fucking psychopaths can be like, seriously, look, I can't fucking, is it James Fallon? I don't know. He's a great example of how somebody with factor 1 psychopathy, who people don't even imagine can be good people. And I guarantee way more psychopaths are good people, factor 1 psychopaths, than people assume. Because like we only hear about the fucking bad ones. I don't know what you hardly escaped. Jacqueline? I don't know what that is. It seems to me the cluster B traits can be kind of present differently depending on who the relationship is with and how healthy versus disordered they are. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, so the issue is persona disorders that these traits are all pervasive. So they present in all areas of our life, but depending on the situation, they can present in such different ways. You know what I mean? But are you high? Is she high? Oh, I don't know if it's a she. It is a she, isn't it? Yeah, because she has mentioned it's hard, like it presents differently and everything. Do you have any thoughts on dark empaths? There's like literally one paper that actually mentions the idea of dark empaths, and it's just people who have high cognitive empathy and low emotional empathy, as far as I can tell. Like, to me, there's a part of me that thinks terms like dark empath are like very charming. I'm like, okay, that's sort of neat. Like, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of being a dark empath, right? But the literature on things like dark empath or empaths in general, honestly, is so scarce that I'm like, at least dark empaths definitely don't exist as a categorization model. Jesus. I guess empaths are kind of more up in the air depending how you define it. Because in my mind, empaths do exist kind of, but like, it's like people with high effective empathy exist. But I feel like there's so many people who are like, oh my God, I'm an empath. And like, they just are people who are, I don't know. They're people with high cognitive empathy and think that makes them like a saint. The only person I met with super high cognitive empathy was like not cognitive, emotional empathy was so different than literally every empath I fucking met on the like internet. Also, my fucking okay, I got to pee again. Actually, I was going to share with you guys my phone lock screen because I thought it'd be funny. Seriously, I have to pee all the time. My friends fucking make fun of me and make bets about how much I'll pee. All right, everybody, I'm back. Sorry about that. I swear to God, did you guys have a party again while I was gone or shit talk me? I'm gonna be so upset. We don't care what people think of us. I mean, yeah, but since it prioritizes so many things in the life of people with NPD, that's what makes it pathological. Fuck, I forgot to shut my door. Don't want our roommates here. I don't know if you guys noticed earlier, my roommate interrupted again, and I was like upset. Poli? I don't know who you're talking to. Narcissism and NPD are 30 to 70% genetic. Yeah, there's a lot of good research on this, like controls for upbringing using twin studies and adoptive. Yeah, actually, there's some things suggesting. Oh, James Fallon. Okay, cool. There is some things suggesting that, yeah, NPD is one of actually the most heritable of personality disorders, which hard to say. Because I kind of, so like, you know how people view it as like a spectrum, right? I have like a different idea of it. I view it as a little bit more categorical, but like, it's like you're going to have one or two of the pathological on one of the pathological spectrums, but then you can be anywhere on that spectrum. Does that make sense? Kirk Honda, I keep bringing him up, said something very interesting once. They never met anybody who wasn't on a personality pathology spectrum. Wait, fuck me. I lost my place, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to catch up with this fucking stream, am I? Holy shit. I am so fucking behind. I'm going to start speedrunning these things. 20 fucking people like started saying James Fallon. Wait, did James Fallon didn't kill 3 people? Are we talking about somebody else? What's your dream job? Fucking dictator. I thought I was going to be a fucking dictator when I was younger. I swear to God. I think I mentioned this in the last stream. I was voted most likely to rule the world in middle school. Not middle school, high school. I'm not sure what that says about me. Or like fucking like prestigious academic, if it's something more realistic. I can think of a lot of things I'd love to be. Jimmy Fallon. Wait, isn't Jimmy Fallon the fucking I thought that was the radio show host, not the TV show host. I fucking it's funny. When I worked at the prison, I went to so some dude got like fucking stabbed and we had to bring him to the hospital. That was in OU. And we went there and there was other people that were corrections officers also taking somebody there. And they said I looked like a gay Jimmy Fallon, and that was my nickname for the rest of the night. They called me GJ. That's it. Fuck those guys. I almost fought him. An NPD can be an excellent manipulative. My ex was pretty good. I was just better at the guy. Has no idea my mom or dad's names, and we dated for over a year. That's what that's pretty fucking funny, actually. I feel like just because, again, the goal-orientedness and not being as affected by certain types of emotions like we are, way more. Oh, somebody commented on something. Are you familiar with intermittent fasting? I've come to the conclusion that empathy is a coping mechanism to survive the abuse. To be a healthy adult emotionally, you have to learn rein it in. Like lacking of empathy, or you were talking to somebody else. Sorry. He created a false history, so did I. Same. Extreme empathy when. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, like, because like I just feel like the term empath, one, it's so like corrupted at this point, and it's so self-righteous. You know what I mean? You guys talking. Yo, Nameless, where's the option of all of the above? Read the Wait, so like you're saying that not only am I your favorite, but I'm also a close second. Oh, that's nice. Thank you so much. Love you, Lupus. I was literally talking to Lupus like once saying how like, all right, I need a team, right? And we're going to have people with ASPD being our mods and enforcers. We're going to have people with BPD being like the like fucking therapists for people. We're going to have quote unquote normal people being like our fucking HR team and what's the word, like public relations people. I was like, I'm gonna get every single kind of person, use all of their strengths for good. I love milkshake like that. Like you, she has brilliant insights. No, she's really great, honestly. And like she brings something so different to the table than I do, just because she went for so long being unaware. And I was like, fuck. I'm like, fuck yes. Like I'm so well. One, I'm so glad I didn't get to that point without being self-aware. But it's also so interesting to see how that how like that presents when you go that long. I keep telling my therapist I feel like I have NPD. She's brushing me off. Yeah, fucking. That's honestly. So that's a huge issue with a lot of people who suspect that they have NPD, because there's all these misconceptions about it, and people are like, "Oh, like NPDs can't be self-aware," and fucking therapists have those, and so like they view us like fucking animals. I swear to God. My advice: find a therapist that specializes in personality disorders, and they'll actually like listen to you, and you can figure out like if you actually do or not. And also, I want to apologize if I'm ever dismissive to people who like are kind of self-diagnosed, because like I do have like this ugly like knee-jerk reaction to dismiss people who aren't actually diagnosed. But I understand that like it's really hard to get a diagnosis. Like on Reddit, whenever a non-diagnosed person would like argue with me, I'd be like, "You don't even have a diagnosis. You're fucking blah blah blah. Everything you said don't matter." Echo, what'd you remove? What do you mean to me? We're tough as hell, but how do you heal this CPSD to thrive? Hell yeah. And well, wait, were you talking about quote unquote empaths? I don't remember. As somebody with NPD, how do you be vulnerable with your friends? Because I have NPD and just can't open up with feeling so much shame. Oh my God. I still struggle with it. Like really, you just have to start one person at a time. I barely have that many confidants nowadays. Like I literally would suggest find one person you respect and trust who will be open with you. And what I always do is like I try to get them talking about themselves first, like their internal experience and everything, then like slowly kind of bring my stuff in. Because I'm only in, but like literally I will go places with the intention of talking about things and being vulnerable, and I just can't. I just fucking can't. It's so fucking annoying. I have like one or two people I can be completely honest. I have one person I can be completely honest with. I'm being honest. I'm honest with it. I'm being honest. Jesus. Or if you want an unhealthy coping mechanism, get drunk and then do it. But I don't recommend that though. You'll feel a lot of shame after. An option king of the narcissist is emperor of the narcissist. Thank you very much. That's fine. Keep reminding me. I probably won't forget to remind you, but if you do, remember, fucking put in the comments here. That'd be great. I love how you said you didn't want to get ASPD wrong. You better or not. You just want a bunch of you don't want a bunch of angry sociopaths after you offend us. What can I say? That'd be fun. You guys don't know where I live. I hope. Fuck. Do you guys know where I live other than Ohio? I mean, I said what city I live in once. I'm kidding, by the way. Yeah, I know. You guys aren't actually going to come after me. I feel like you guys wouldn't be like, fucking whatever. It's like, oh, that fucking Nameless Narcissist asshole's talking shit. Who cares? Yes, when I took the MPI test, I could literally almost only click I totally relate or I can totally not relate because of the black and white thinking. I know, right? I fucking hate when there's like agree, kind of agree, neutral, because like I don't fucking use like the neutral one is the only one not in the black and white ways that I actually use because I'm like, I don't know. Isn't black and white thinking fucking hilarious? It's like so fucking unconscious. And like, it's just everything. I have mentioned this before, and I'm not actually sure if it's related to black and white thinking or not, but I literally it never even fucking occurred to me that there was like a middle fucking option when I would cook things, like on the little heat thing. It was always all the way on or all the way off. Or like when I was in the car going on a road trip with my buddy, and like I would turn the AC all the way on and I get cold. So I'd turn the heat all the way on and then get hot again. And my friend was like, dude, you can like use a middle option. I'm like, no, it makes it uncomfortable. It's not taught in universities and not mentioned in important psychology literature. I'm imagining, yeah, you're talking about just personality disorders in general. Yeah, like I have a friend who I'm actually doing who actually I have a video of us talking that won't post relatively soon. She literally had to take one abnormal psych class to fucking graduate. One. So keep in mind, anytime you talk to a therapist, like some of them will had 6 months to learn about every single mental illness. Jesus fuck. Yes, Sarah, I feel you. Who's Sarah? What are they saying? Me too. I'm kidding. HBD and fuck. Thank you for answering all my questions. I appreciate it. I try my best. Again, I really do try to reply to everybody. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't feel like it, but spectrum, everyone, every disorder, hands down. NPD people cannot be bad because they have no self. They not truly hate either. What do you mean? I'm kind of confused. Just because we kind of because of our childhood trauma, we fucking feel like we basically aren't real people. Because fair enough. I still believe I'm a psychopath for a while. Oh my god, dude. I don't know if I'm gonna pronounce your name right, but Hinsong. Bro, the idea of you being a psychopath is one of the most hilarious things that you have said, because just watching your videos, I'm like, this dude is the furthest thing from a psychopath. No name, they have a hidden self. Who has hidden self? Fucking people with ASPD or NPD. The hypothematic pituitary adrenal axis. What the fuck was that? Or HPA? Yeah, please. As it's commonly called, describes the interaction between the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and adrenal gland. Interesting. The main function generally attributed to HPA involves the body's reaction to stress. Okay, I need to look into that a little bit more. Respect is important to me in general. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought about it. I wasn't sure. It's really weird because it's not like you guys don't really value you guys are so indifferent to admiration, I'd say, but respect has this. I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. Respect has this there's a difference, you know what I mean? Because I want to be respected, but it's not nearly as important to me as admiration and people liking me. Not to forget, because there are things that, okay, wait. Understanding abuse is important to be aware why it happened, for the abuse person to learn, not be abused further, or again, not to forgive because there are things that cannot be forgiven. Because I don't know, I'm weird about forgiveness because I don't understand it fully. Because again, as I said, I think you can forgive somebody and that's good for healing without having them in your life and having strong boundaries because of that. NP and BD equals heart, then skull. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Yeah. Fucking what's his face? Daniel Fox, I think it was, call it the War of the Roses. And oh my god, that's the most true thing I've heard in my life. Sam Vaknin never explained long-term relationships to cluster B. Yeah, that's kind of one of my issues with him is that because he has so much knowledge about the literature and shit, you'd think he'd be talking about oh, what can people who are narcissistic be doing to better themselves? How can they have healthy relationships? Blah, 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 blah. But he just doesn't. He's just this is the narcissist is dead and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, it's very grandiose. I read his book. Though. It wasn't terrible. Having the words for it is so important. Oh, God, I don't know what the words was. I don't know what I was talking about. Nowadays, the traumas in all of us, COVID, gas prices, food costs, plus the crap from the past hanging there. People, honestly, seriously, fuck. The world's gone to fucking hell. I hope all my viewers, all of my viewers, you are now included in my grandiosity. All of you guys are just as great as, okay, slightly less great than me. You're better than everybody else who isn't one of my fans. Actually, just people in the stream. He's mostly right, almost 90%, but long-term relationships, no. He's mostly right. I'm not. Sam Vaknin? AKA my Charlie invite. Oh, you guys talking to yourselves. Why are you so determined to hide your eyes? It is just branding. Yes and no. A lot at this point, it's way more branding than it is what it was intentionally for. But it's about hiding. It's basically a representation of hiding the self. And I didn't really because I've always so related to like people who just didn't have eyes, but like had their eyes like covered in some way in like art and literature and stuff. Cause like, and I feel like now that I know about how cluster Bs can read the emotions of people with eyes better, that makes more sense to me because I always avoid eye contact because of shame. I don't want them to see that. And so I kind of assume that other people can see the emotions in my eyes as much as others can, as much as I can. So like, I feel like that's why I feel like it's hiding the self, if that makes sense. I had no idea I had ASPD until long story on that one. I would love to hear that story at some point. Maybe I could comment about it. I'll fucking do a video on it. Where I came channel just grows. Where I came channel just grows. I think I'm not understanding what it actually means. I don't drink or do drugs. Fucking congratulations. How do you deal with the boredom then? Do you not have chronic boredom? Because that'd be interesting. Let the man keep his glasses on. Thank you, Echo. It's like my thing. Come on, guys. It's a game changer for emotional regulation, hands down. Also, vape plus beer. What can I say? I need constant stimulation. Because I mean, like, it's the boredom. It's the boredom. Once I was in a fucking car getting fucking roadhead from a girl. Well, I have the fucking, it was a cigarette at the time in my mouth. I'm already drunk. My car's fucking braking. My music is blaring. I'm like, this is hedonism. This is pleasure purely. Feels more comfortable. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like hypervigilance, like to the finisher. Do you comment on my videos that much? Because I don't think I've seen you for, if I'm being honest. But like, because it's like for me, it's like the vulnerability in being like not hypervigilant is like intolerable. I suspect autism spectrum disorder might be a new catch-all for any sort of social disconnectedness. Though to everyone's credit, there's so much overlap on a few. Yeah, very interesting. It's something that like I've noticed is that because a lot of these people who are professionals don't take personality disorders seriously, so many people get misdiagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. And I even saw an article once of a guy theorizing that fucking NPD is just a more mild form of autism. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? The way I think is so different than somebody who is autistic. When I was a kid, they actually suspected I had autism for a while. And I was like, that seems weird. I'm super social, but who knows? I think a lot of autism is likely CPTSD. Interesting. And ADHD. Very interesting. I always thought that was more of, how would I put it? I always thought autism was way more just genetically predetermined rather than trauma-induced. I haven't read enough about it, though. And same with ADHD. I got ADHD, too. I know autism, schizophrenia, and ADHD are weirdly connected in how the fuck up in the brain happens. Hey, hi, Omega. How you doing? I can bet the Sam Backman got his diploma somewhere in the Balkans or former USSR countries. He actually got paid for it and got it. Not in psychology, though. I forget what his degree is actually in, but it's not in psychology or in personality disorders. He made some weird paper about like fucking time travel or something. Honestly, it's not even the general public's fault when you have professionals misinforming and generalizing so much. Honestly, it's insane. You go on so many of these like NPD channels, and it's like by professionals, and they're saying wrong shit and aren't citing literature. Todd Grande probably was the most earnest to it, but like you can see as time wore on how he kind of like was trying to appeal to a broader audience by kind of playing into a lot of shit. But he was very research based, so I don't blame him like in how he presented it. Like he did give a lot of truthful information. I mean, like, and I don't want to keep shit talking other people because people get mad at me, like the HE tutor shit. But like, I get Dr. Romney's importance to people, but like, fuck, she does not treat the disorder genuinely and from a position I would expect from a professional. Hence why I'm not a big fan. 2 MPD parents equals MPD child. Here now becoming aware. Good for you. Good for you. Man, I didn't know how many of you guys were cluster Bs, if I'm being honest. I don't think you guys mentioned it. I actually didn't even have a NPD parent. my dad had OCD and possible. Holy shit! How many beers have I gone through? I went through 5. I think I threw a couple of those bottles away. I'm like not even drunk. Fuck, I got issues. Okay, so anyways, but yeah, neither of my parents even had NPD. My dad has OCD diagnosed and depression. And he might have Asperger's, but nobody's sure. Other than that, and then my mom might have HPD, but she's not diagnosed. I just kind of suspect that of her. So yeah, it's a myth that only NPDs create NPDs, by the way, guys. I love my narcissist. What should I do? He wants me, but I'm afraid. Well, why are you afraid? That's the main question. I mean, if he was abusive, then don't be with him, is honestly all I can say. If you do want to be with him and he wasn't abusive, if he's self-aware, then maybe he can work on himself at work, but who knows? Get him in therapy. It can be, never mind. But yeah, maybe a giant percentage of all us just have really bad attachment trauma, have a hard time trusting, so some people isolate. Makes sense. I mean, I do like the opposite. I just, socialize all the time and then still don't trust them. You said something in one of your videos. What was it? That people with cluster B seem to go into relationships with this expectation of not trusting. And I think you were super right in that. That was a really good observation. I think you may have got there was a connotation to it that I thought was kind of inaccurate, but it's we get into relationships and we don't expect this person. We don't trust this person because we don't trust anybody. We think the world's cruel and shit. But I thought that was a really good observation. Getting diagnosed a few months ago destroyed me. NPD, I'm affected by the demonization on the internet. I can't leave the house or see any future. How do we overcome this feeling of monsters and doomed to be hurt? And doomed to hurt. Fuck. Oh, God. See, this is shit like this. That is why this channel exists. Because, we get diagnosed, and it's all we see is just these articles. And, finally, we're okay, we're going to get help. We aren't going to hurt anybody. We're going to be healthy. Maybe we'll learn to love one day. And, all these articles are you guys are monsters. And I'm great. So now the people who are actually inclined to get help are either going to go in denial about it or hate themselves. And it's fucking sad. My God. And I don't like telling people yeah, don't tell anybody, right? Because that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right to hide that. But, also vulnerability is so important. We should be telling people because it helps us and it helps other people understand us. But I've lost friendships over fucking my diagnosis, that people have these assumptions about why we're behaving. I mean, I don't know if I want. Okay, recently, I'm not going to go into detail about it because I know that she knows my channel. But I was kind of being a shitty friend, and I'll own that. But she thought that me being a shitty friend was intentional, that I was trying to hurt her and play games with her because of this misinformation. And she knew more about NPD than anybody else I even know. And I'm no, I was just being a shitty friend because I'm self-absorbed. And also I was trying to focus on I don't know, my life was being shitty and I just needed shit. But yeah, I wish I honestly, I can't pronounce your name, Trim. I've seen you here before, but yeah, fuck, I wish I had better advice for you. Hopefully I just fucking, hopefully I can just fucking become famous and shit. And then, the attitude towards it changes. And we also have to realize that when we say we feel like monsters, because I fucking get that. I really do. It's really important for us to realize, though, that feeling like monsters is another extension of our grandiosity, right? And don't get me wrong, it's a very legitimate feeling. I'm not trying to say you aren't feeling like that, but we have to remind ourselves that feeling like monsters, to us, it's this is a bad thing, but it's still something powerful, right? It's another layer of defensive grandiosity. But I know it's a very genuine feeling, obviously. But that's important to keep in mind when we are trying to heal. The most important is how you think about yourself. I mean, it is. Unfortunately, as I was saying, it's very important for us to realize that we all know we're not monsters, right? I advise going to some support groups for NPD. Like the Reddit is like great. Never related to people more. And just to like kind of ground ourselves and realize like, okay, everything people are saying is wrong. I literally said that I didn't want to fucking do a fucking 3-hour stream. I was looking at that right now. I'm trying to stay away from the internet, do other things instead. Okay, yeah, honestly, like fuck, like the internet fucking, like even for people without NPD who don't have to deal with like the stigma, like the internet fucking sucks you in. Empath as an identity is a major red flag. Fucking preach. Fuck that. Like, oh my God, if somebody calls themselves an empath to me, I'm immediately like, oh, I am not going to get along with this person. This person is going to be awful. And I cannot tell them I'm a narcissist. Like, if I hear somebody's an empath, that basically cuts off, to me, any possibility of being closer to them. Unless I like figure out that, like, you know, he's never going to get through any of these questions in time. Oh my God. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? Once I hit the 2-hour mark, I'm going to send a message in the chat, and that's where I'm going to stop replying to shit. Party on. He's gone. Oh my God. We're just getting to the last time I peed. And I literally have to pee again right now. Holy shit. All right. Have fun partying again, guys. Don't do anything too dumb. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I was just thinking in the bathroom, like I want everybody to know that you guys talking with yourselves in the chat, I fucking love that. Because I love that there's like a community actually, because there's so many places where it's just like it's so focused on the person, which don't get me wrong, you guys better be a little bit focused on me. But like I do love like a sense of community being around. Like my roommate, I showed her one of my Cluster B's videos, and she was more fascinated just by the fact that everybody in her comments was like genuinely a community and like talking like that. I mean, most of the person I just sort of relate to this sort of fun vibe for absolute menace. Fair enough. We're on our own. Let's start a cult. No, you. My buddy told me I should start a cult. Listen, you guys are part of my cult, okay? Aren't we already one? See, you get it. I see a future, however, there is a lot of shame that is leading me to reluctantly stick with positive, self-aware, and NPDs like Nameless, Cluster B. Yeah, honestly. Like, because, yeah, like, it's like, it's so important. Like, for my self-aware NPDs, like, seriously look at, like, Tess is a great person like that, because she still hasn't showed up. That bitch. God. But yeah, she's so more positive than I, because I'm more focused on like, here's the research literature. I want to educate you guys. This is the reality of NPD. And she's way more like, okay, recovery, like we're not monsters for that, blah, blah. The community on Instagram is like weirdly positive. And then they are like, then somebody comes in and they're like, oh, this narcissist abused me. And they're like ableist, which I hate that term, by the way. Not to say it isn't applicable in some situations, but it's like when people say ableist, and like me and Lupus actually disagree on this. So I apologize, Lupus, but it's like there's so much misinformation on NPD, right? And I don't feel comfortable blaming people for having inaccurate opinions on NPD, because it's like you aren't going to what's it called? Like, how can you expect somebody to dive so deep into the research literature and shit to really find out what MPD is about? You know what I mean? I fucking, it took me years to be able to fully understand this disorder, and I fucking have it. And I don't know how we can expect other people to understand that. And it just closes, using things like that just closes them off to learning. Again, some people have come to my channel and immediately like hated everything I fucking like, just hated narcissists, right? And then they actually start learning about it and they understand the motivations and what's happening. And they start being like, what's it called? Sorry, I just got lost in it for a second. Fuck, sorry. But now like they understand the disorder, and though even if they've been hurt by one of us, they're like, they defend people with MPD now because they're like, they understand where it's coming from. And I just feel like being mean to people who don't understand it, it's just not constructive. Who's going to be the cult leader? It should be me. Andrew and Bride, chat, this is now your channel. God damn it. You gave away my crown. I honestly think having to pee often is an ADHD thing. If your bladder makes itself known, you just can't ignore it. So this inconvenience you want gone now. Maybe it is an ADHD thing. I'm not sure. I need to ask my other ADHD friend that. You know, I probably mention a lot how many fucking just disordered people I know. I have no idea how that happened. I sought out some of them, but I don't know. Who's in charge here? It's me, damn it. You guys didn't take control. We're called now without a leader. It seems fitting. You guys are just a horde. What kind of partner do you think we can handle you well and will even help you with your disorder? Ooh, good question. Somebody who doesn't take my shit personally, if I'm being honest. And that's really hard to find and a lot to expect out of somebody. Again, my cluster A's are probably the people who have been most consistently understanding. Or like I've even seen autistic people who are like super like, oh, like positive about it. Not positive, but they don't take it personally. Or people with low emotional empathy, because when I'm like ranting about something, they aren't like taking it, like they aren't feeling it and overwhelming them. Because I always fucking forget that when I get like super just in an episode and I'm just ranting and it's not even at the person, that they get overwhelmed because of those emotions. John, that's a good point with the bladder for sure. I think it's interesting. I want to look into it. You guys come to his subreddit, by the way. We need more people in the call. Honestly, people, come to my subreddit. There's only like 15 people. I didn't even check it yet. There's only like 15 people there last I checked it. I think that'd be a great place for all us to interact more regularly. Oh my God, it made me lose my place. Oh, Davey's here. Hey, Davey. I did not see you because I'm so fucking far behind. Okay. Found it again. So can you put your John, I think it's all the beer. Wait. Oh, 1 second. Okay. You guys come to the subreddit. Yeah, okay. John, I think it's all the beer he's drinking. Yeah, probably. I hate being an alcoholic. I really need to fucking cut back, if I'm being honest. It's like I just need it here just because I get like so stressed about like going live. Afraid nobody's want to show up. I'm like 34 people right now. I'm cool with that. Can you put your roommate on for a minute? We hear about him but never see the I will literally, next time I go live, I'm going to invite him. I think I'll be really funny. I'll be like, hey, I've talked shit about you so much because I talk shit about you so often because you always interrupt my videos. So say hi to my audience. It's funny, when we were in high school, this is the guy that I got pissed at him one day. I don't remember why. And fucking pinned him against the wall with my arm. Be like, you betrayed me. Oh, fuck. What? He has a subreddit? Yes, I do. It's unsurprisingly, it's just R, the Nameless Narcissist. I just made it. I don't have that much on it. You got to tell us to stop asking questions. No, I don't want to. I love this. I'm like having so much fun that I just don't want to stop. I have to get to a party later. By the way, the people who are at that party, I think might be watching this right now. So hi guys, say hi to me too, please. Well, I don't expect you guys to because, you guys know why. James found it super boring in my opinion. Really? I found his story super fascinating. I mean, I only saw the one video with him, his TED Talk, but fair enough. I thought it was really cool. Tell us more about the prison. I'll tell you guys one story, but again, I don't like talking about the prison. And after this, I'm going to put the message in the chat so I know when to stop replying. So if you have any more questions, say them now. But so basically, there was like this cult. Again, I mentioned there was a culture there that was like super toxic in terms of like, oh, you aren't real here until you get a use of force in. And so I was on some people with second shift who were very dedicated to like basically making a fight whenever they could. So once there was this guy, and like I don't remember what he did, but I locked him down because he was being a piece of shit. And so like I throw him in a cell, fucking lock the door. And I fucking like into his window, I like do this because I'm an asshole. And I was just pissed off. And he starts like fucking kicking the door and being just obnoxious as shit. And so I go shake down somebody's cell and I take one of their razor blades and I go back and I pop his cell and I throw the razor blade in and I fucking spray him. And I told them that he was trying to kill himself. So I had to spray him to make sure he didn't. Yeah, that's normal for the prison. Wasn't a good time. Yeah, that place fucked me up, if I'm being honest. I was like crippled for like because like you get so used to it that you don't realize that once you leave the prison, like you're still in that mindset. Fucking sucks. Can you give us an example of your inner voices report? I can't I pronounce anything? So there's like two. Oh fuck, I got the message in the chat. So yeah, like it's very harsh, I'd say. It's always within the context of like talking to somebody. Like, for example, like when I'm like anything I'm thinking about, it's me thinking about telling somebody about it, if that makes sense. Like I'll be reading something and while I'm thinking about it, I'm imagining telling somebody else. And it's all the time. Like I literally cannot not do that. Or like when I see somebody on the street, it'll be super like, oh my God, that person's fucking fat, ugly, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking about telling other people that while I'm doing that. And but also it turns it on myself because I'm like, oh my God, Jacob, you're so fucking stupid. Why the fuck would you do that? And yes, I think in second person, which is something very interesting I noticed. Literally, anytime I think, it's like I'm saying Jacob, like talking to me as if I was a separate person. Super interesting. No. So I love the when I worked at a prison segue. Yeah, fair enough. Do you think us MPDs can ever authentically connect with people? I honestly don't know. I really don't. I have not heard great things about our prognosis in general. Desperately, I hope we can, because I crave that. I crave to fucking connect to somebody. I hate feeling so fucking lonely. Like there's fucking just wall that I can't connect to people. I just see everybody else like, oh my God, like, I love you. Well, and I'm just like, it just doesn't feel real. Like I can briefly have moments where I feel connected, but then it's gone as soon as they're out of my sight. I fucking hate it. I genuinely hope that like I can, but I'm not excited about it. I don't know. I don't know what recovery really looks like. I don't know what remission looks like. Anyone can resort to the murder, aka Emin Kemper. Isn't that the person that Cluster B fucking talked about in one of her videos? Well, actually like fucking nailed him, which I was like, holy shit. I actually read when I was a kid, I actually read about him because I had this phase where I was obsessed with cannibalism. Yeah, that's weird, I know. And I remember like vividly him talking about how like there was maggots in like her, sensitive parts, and he had to push them out of the way so he could do things to the dead body, like, stick his dick in it. Prison stories, that would make a great video. It would. It really would. I need to get to a point that I'm more comfortable talking about it, though, just because, fuck. Also, how to get healthy forms of self-esteem juice. My go-to is like you listen to people's problems and you sit there and you kind of and like you think about possible solutions and then offer them advice. And then afterwards, they think you're really wise, they respect you, they thank you for like doing that and like listening to them. And I think it's a win-win because you're helping people and then also you're getting your self-esteem regulation needs met. Obviously, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's fucking boring." So I don't really expect that, but that's one of the ways. I don't think self-sacrificing self-enhancement is good per se, but it is preferable to being a manipulative like cult leader, like I kind of always have been. But like, I mean, hell, when I was in preschool, I had a fucking cult. Not preschool, elementary school, I had a fucking cult. I made people fight in this like I made people fight in this like little arena thing at our school. And then like my fucking followers were like, why aren't you fighting anybody? I was like, I'm a fucking leader, but fine. And then they put me against like the biggest kid there. Like he was like super fat. Sorry. And I remember like he gets on top of me and I remember like pushing myself off the ground, like lifting him up. He's like, oh my God. And then like the teachers came over, like, what the fuck are you guys doing? I'm like, sorry. That was a fucking tangent. But yeah, other than that, like honestly, just being a good friend in general without putting their needs before yours, because we have a tendency, it's like, oh, this will make me look good. I don't care about like anything else in my life, right? And that's like kind of that's honestly the only way I figured out how, or genuine accomplishments in some degrees. See the no, you're not talking to me. It's stupid to say high functioning people don't commit murder. That's a really good point, actually. That's a really good point. Girl, in which circumstances would a high functioning well, I'm not. Yeah, okay. That's also true, actually. I wonder if it's a question if you can connect to a person who is emotionally you need to beat at everything. I think my MBD friend probably loved me, but I was a bizarre ego high for him. See, this dude makes me fucking think. Goddamn. The way he thinks is like so, it's just outside the realm of how I think. And it's just super interesting hearing it. Because that's the thing is that like using people as a narcissistic extension, so to speak. It's like, yeah, we're going to be really good to you, encourage you, and help you with things. But I feel special because you are a part of me, effectively. You are in relation to me. I have a really good example of that in one of my videos. It depends on the motivation. Yeah. Yeah, girls, why? Yeah, it's like, hey, why the fuck? Hey, hey, she just talked about how like fucking MPD and AESPD people get really. You guys don't start fighting, please. Yeah, and that's not called murder. Your point. Wait, what? Who are you talking about? To? I can't see. MBD second worst disorder after schizophrenia, the one that has it. Interesting fun fact. There was a study done that actually shows the two most disabling disorders were schizophrenia and personality disorders. And also, we kill ourselves more. So we are the worst disorder. That was weird to say. The Nameless Narcissist is a better name than the other ones. You should keep it. It is a great name. It's almost funny when it's completely unfounded. You are extremely thoughtful. Echo, why do you keep removing your messages? You're freaking me out. But yeah, you're extremely clear. Yeah, KFK. Jesus fuck. Change your damn name. I'm joking. But yeah. They give some really good I don't know if you're a boy or a girl, if I'm being honest. KFK. Jesus. But yeah, they give some really interesting thoughts and like I saw them reply to somebody's question. I was like, oh fucking thank God. Some other MPDs are answering this shit. I don't have to. I can just like agree with them now. Can you guys fuck? Can you guys still hear me? I just got a message saying my fucking Wi-Fi disconnected. Fuck. Change your damn name. I'm joking. But yeah. They give some really good. I don't know if you're a boy or a girl. But yeah. Okay, you guys can. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Also, I just put on, like, I just listened to the stream on my computer. My audio is god awful. I am sorry. I didn't know that. So let's see. I studied medicine in the Netherlands. They were taught us a lot about MPD and how the root is actually low self-esteem. Fucking, thank God the fucking Dutch got it right. And I just realized how fucking Dutch your name is. I can't believe I didn't notice that. Yeah, it's fucking compensatory. I can't fucking believe the other people, like other clinicians don't recognize that. And like there's a debate over it. Like we fucking hate ourselves. The lack of true trauma-informed professionals is problematic. Yeah, I agree. Hi, are a lot of domestic abusers narcissists? No, actually. So there was a study done I don't remember what it was, but it was analyzing 60,000 cases in the UK about what mental illnesses domestic abusers were. And there was only, I think it was 18% of domestic abusers had a mental illness. And the biggest one in that group was depressed people. Personality disorders made less than 1% of it, actually. We were super, and that's in the, like, within that 18%, only less than 1% were actually, no, it was 1.2% were abusers within that group. So we are actually underrepresented when it comes to domestic abuse. And that's the thing. Abuses connect to a lack of value systems, not to mental illness. See, we're just in the thickest. True. Hey, okay, so this is when Davey popped in. What the fuck up is Davey? What the fuck up is Davey? Jesus Christ. I love you, Davey. You're a cool ass dude. Most narcissists get hair loss and other somatic disorders because of very high stress. Fuck me. No, you can't tell me that. Oh my fucking God. No, I can't deal with that. Oh my gosh. Feeling grandiose now as a particle. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Echo, what do you mean? Just made it in. I'm glad to see you, dude. Oh. If I ruin the life of a narcissist, doesn't mean I am a narcissist too. Why would that make you a narcissist? I mean, just ruining somebody's life, that could be indicative of any sort of things. Like, again, well, I don't know your situations, won't make assumptions, but it could be indicative of other personality disorders. It could also be indicative of just the type of person you are. I sleep when I'm bored. Do you have ASPD? That's funny. Lucas said hi to Davey. Good. KFK. Jesus, I can't keep saying this. And remember, we have to handle these people the way the other want us to. Yeah, honestly. Hello, Davey. After what? Wait, what is happening? After party. There we go. Hey, dude, found you recently from Cluster Beast. Thank God. That's cool as fuck. Yeah, like I didn't recognize you, so I was like, oh, have I talked to you before? Fucking love Cluster B. She's great and she's fun. And also she helped me the fuck out. By God, I would not be to the subscribers I am right now if it weren't for her. How would anyone think autism and NPD are the same thing? Right? They seem so different to me. It's so weird. All narcissists are neurotics. More or less, yeah. We score very high in neuroticism because we're all fucking anxious and shit all the time. But now I think it's just CPTSD and deregulation. Okay, so that's your diagnosis. Gotcha. I think autism is confused with MPD because of the lack of empathy and authentic connection. However, they're very different. I think someone's gonna be both. I agree. I can see how they'd be confused in some levels, but it's like you would talk to either of them for like 2 seconds and you would realize the differences. God, I'm going to be so late to this party. Issue with social cues and only be about. Yeah, it's also a big thing is that like because people with ASD can be so self-absorbed, so to speak. Not really self-absorbed, but they get on their topic of hyperfixation, just talk and talk and talk and talk. That it can be misconstrued as like the narcissist's self-absorption. Echo gave an emoji. I don't know what about. This is the problem with streams. Riley said, "What's up? What's going on?" Autism doesn't have much to do with empathy, though, just difficulty to show it, which ironically the opposite to us. We often pretend to be very empathetic. Yeah, that's a really good metaphor, actually. Yeah, like fucking their emotional empathy is completely intact. It's the actually understanding what they're going through. And we just that's funny. They don't have a problem with emotional empathy, but we just pretend like we don't. Plus being highly sensitive people along with MPD looks like that's all, like our rages are kind of similar in that way. Yeah. Females with autism often present way more empathetic. I believe it. Like, okay, this is gonna be weird. But like, does anybody else feel like people with autism spectrum disorder kind of have like a way they look at you? Does that make sense? Because I met this person and I immediately, like, the way that she was looking at me was like not intense. It was just a weird way of eye contact. And I was like, I think this person has autism spectrum disorder. And like, obviously I wasn't going to tell them that because like, I couldn't be sure. But then they told me later they did. And I was like, holy shit. Highly sensitive to sound like, yeah, that's a big part about it too. That's a difference, is that I don't get that overstimulation shit. I don't know what that even means. They have a gift of some kind of makes up for a lack in whatever area. Some are great to art, music. Yeah, they like all people with autism spectrum disorder really have some like good things going for them. And that's what I like to look at with people with mental disorders, is that like, I don't like looking at them as disorders purely. I like to look at them as like, oh, we have an alternative way of seeing things, of interacting with the world and shit. And there's pros and cons. The cons are usually more prevalent, but like somebody like me can use my traits for good if I learn how to handle them. Now, Danisher's redacting their messages. You're all talking shit on me, aren't you? Oh, he said what I said. C. Fullwood, you said what I said. I'm so glad you're pronouncing grandiosity the way that you always have. Like, okay, so you obviously saw that guy's comment. I got really pissed at him. Some guy was basically like, oh, you need to make a new intro and stop stuttering. And like, you pronounce grandiosity wrong. And I'm like, piss off, asshole. And then I like backed down because I was like, okay, like I should try to be nice. And before, like, I want to thank you guys because like literally I saw that and I was like, I don't even want to look at YouTube the rest of the day. I fucking hate criticism. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I come back and like 6 of you guys were fucking like dogpiling on him. I was so happy. Oh my God. I was like, oh my gosh, they love me. And then like I literally replied to him. Like I gave it like a kind of a long message, basically being like, listen, my defenses have got the best of me, but like you're being fucking rude. Don't do that around here, et cetera, et cetera. And then he was like, oh, he said something like fucking stupid and disrespectful. So I literally, I have this toxic trait where I'll write out a long message and that's like super cutting and then ban them from my channel. I need to stop doing that. I literally was like, oh, well, fucking like, what did I say? Something about his wife leaving him and that like she was stupid for ever marrying him or some shit. It was bad. I'm sorry. I'm still disordered. Like literally, I literally went to Deanna Diamond interviews because I remember she said grandiosity once. I was like, please say that she pronounces it like me. All my friends say it like I do. I want to be a monster though, specifically with the boogeyman. I want to be the Sandman, honestly. You are crazy, Lil. Be careful what you wish for. Well, okay, yeah, but like I don't think he's actually want to turn into the boogeyman, sorry. This person just said lupus for some reason. Who is a DJ? Oh, wait, are you gone again? Wait, was I gone again? I don't think schizotype people always want to identify as human. We are pretty gross creatures. Somebody asked if I was a robot, and I thought it was a weird accidental compliment. That's interesting. I hear you guys talk about yourselves a lot as like an alien. I think I mentioned that to you in one of my comments, actually. And people, wait, Echo, are you not American? Oh my God. How did I not know this? You've been around fucking forever. This is my evil villain story arc. I make it good. Everyone, a good bad guy. If it weren't for villains, hero would have no point. Super Mario wouldn't fight Bowser. Fuck, I get it. Like every now and then, I'm like, I need a fucking villain arc. I'm fucking ready for a change. Cult. Damn it. No, David, you're not allowed to be part of their cult. Be part of mine. Same with the getting called robot thing. Even though in my case it was because of my coldness. Yeah, I get that one. We will sacrifice the sunglasses. Yes. I need it. Like when I'm going to like make a fucking special emoji that's just sunglasses. Does Tess have a channel? What's it called? Yeah, Spirit Narc. I have, if you go to my channel, on my homepage, I have a little, like, it's like people who actually know what they're talking about because Cluster B's, and she's under that. She still hasn't showed up. And Matt, or maybe she has, I just haven't seen it yet. But still. Sacrifice to the glasses. The glasses are God, not me. I talked. Wait, you just oh, okay. No, you said, I just thought you said narc, and I was like, no, that's not just it. But yeah, Spirit Narc. Most women would see through the lack of, oh wait, no, it's David. Okay, to David. Okay. Davey. Lupus, fight him. Are you fighting? Wait, Lupus, are you fighting me? Man in black, sunglasses. And then sunglasses emoji, I mean. Would you be bored and go into the next one? Always living a lie. Gotta get to the root of the problem, my brother. Fuck. Yeah, I fucking agree. My God. Melissa, hey, what's going on? Being bad feels pretty damn good, though. True that. I once poured a Pepsi in a Coca-Cola. I once poured a Pepsi into a Coca-Cola glass. I'm a total rebel. Fucking first rule of anarchists right there. Okay. Pepsi or Cola? Pepsi or Coke, guys? Coke's the right answer. Just so you know. Nameless, he said you two don't agree. Oh, fuck me. Okay, you said you two don't agree when it comes to ableism. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, because like me and Luke had a little bit of a conversation about it. Well, I think we did. I mean, we had slightly one, just about like people's responsibility and how to educate themselves and how practical it is. Wait, we were talking about lupus, right? The cool thing was when you stepped out of the bathroom, we were left to our own devices. Yeah, I know. I'm glad that got under control. But that being said, guess what time it is? I got to pee again. Holy shit, what's wrong with me? Okay, so one, my roommate that I always talk about, I need to ask them on the stream. They're in the bathroom, so I had to pee outside. Yes, I washed my hands. God, I was so mad. He needs a super evil laugh with the right amount of echo and reverb. Yeah, I'm going to have I need to get, I assume you're talking about me. I'm going to need to have a fucking like a voice amplifier or something. Why do some narcs keep stalking? Define stalking as in like, well, I guess you can ask any more questions after that. I don't know. I just like to keep tabs on people. I don't like stalk them physically though. Cluster B milkshake would be more, have more insight into that. I came in like 20 minutes ago. Sorry. I didn't see. I'm so fucking, wait, 20 mind. Wait, you're saying mind ago with echo. Yeah. Yep. Echo's like with echo. Yeah. So you just fixed it. Okay, cool. Control/dominance. And like, we genuinely believe that we like are in love with the person. Sometimes it's weird. What if you made a Discord server? I plan to actually. I've been talking to my friend about how to make one, and I'm programming some bots for it. You really are brave drinking during a stream. I'd ruin everything eventually. Absolute certainty if I did. I think schizotype people really need to be careful with alcohol. I do too, honestly. Honestly, I feel kind of conflicted about drinking during the stream because I'm like, man, like a lot of us, have, what's it called? A lot of us are like, we struggle with alcoholism. And I feel like I'm setting a bad precedent, but I have a better control over it than I used to at the very least. I left a year ago from doing a content, but he still stalks me. I can hear him passing. Jesus, get the fucking police involved. Don't put up with that shit. Start documenting. Document. Talk to the police. Literally, I don't drink exactly because of that. Yeah. Okay, no more questions after that message. Oh, but I still want to keep reading them, but I won't. I'm just going to skim through them real quick. Why didn't you forgive to that guy? What guy? Fuck. You playing the blade? Yeah, it was rough. Oh, you're saying, are you poking fun at me, Echo? I get it. People say, I believe you've been in prison because you have so much after the prison. Yeah, I try to every now and then. And when it comes to control, one person was revenge. Yeah, true. It's just below us, this message. Are you lying to me? Fucking gaslighting me? Some perfectly label me. I can't drink. It's dice roll. You always lose. Yeah. Your video about it was great. I still need to watch that video. I'm sorry. Obviously, many people here at childhood trauma don't get wise. Oh, wait. I had to, what's it called? I want to do a like Christmas stream for my, tell me if like people be interested in this. Like once Christmas comes around, I know I don't go and hang out with my family. And I was wondering if like my fellow cluster Bs would be interested in me having a stream that we can all hang out and have a good time, because a lot of us don't have great relationships with our family. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. What? Just 2 minutes of necrophile. Sorry. That's fine. Similar experiences. 1 second you're explaining, enjoying yourself. 1 second you're outing yourself. Yeah, fuck. They could, because they feel righteous to do that. Yeah, probably. I like community that is here to prove themselves and try not to hurt others, and that means being single and a recluse. Honestly, I'm not a recluse, but I haven't dated anybody in like 3 years. I'm sure you saw it. Thank you. Maybe a ton of us. Yeah, I fucking Lupus and me talk about your channel occasionally. It's great, I think. Or was it somebody else? Our next cycle's planned. No, they're not planned. It's just I go into detail on that. So my other videos, look at my video on idealization devaluation. That feels fake to me, Nameless. I can't get self-esteem juice that way. Seriously, because it's fake? I thought everything felt fake to us. I don't know. Fair enough. I get it. Broke with Jameson today. We usually get back together. Oh, come on. Don't have that on and off again. I'm drinking Yinglings, though. Yeah, I do out of myself, too. I have full explanation. Okay, you guys talk to each other. Thanks for staying along today. Of course. I had a really great time today, honestly. I had so much fucking fun. God, this is when I thought that nobody can hear me. Jesus. It's too lazy to get named today. No, like literally, I remember you guys like fucking easy. How you can tell a narc is jealous of you? Fucking hard to say. I assume you mean envious. Hard to say. Like I hide it so well usually. If they love you. Don't worry, the hair is going from stress turning into them. I don't want to. I literally pulled out some of my hair during a fucking AT event. And so I bought fucking keeps. I bought fucking keeps because I was so fucking afraid of losing my hair. I was fucking terrified. Alcohol is pretty intense. I think it helps to have that sort of thing later because blah, 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 yeah. I agree with that. I think you were talking to KFK. Have you ever discarded somebody forever? Yes. It depends how bad the falling out was, though. But yes. We also focus on their empaths and feel other people's emotions. Feeling is a huge assumption game they're playing. My ex had resting bitch face, and folks would bug her asking what's wrong. That's funny. Yeah, empaths always get my fucking emotions wrong 100%. It annoys me. Typo, sorry. Okay, good. Oh, Shan, you're here. I didn't even fucking notice. Were you in here earlier? Have you heard of Anti-Brazil? He's a Dutch researcher, deals with cluster bees. I've not heard that either. How's Aunt Beck? Wait, who is Aunt Beck? Oh, wait. Okay. John Stamos. I get it now. I get it. Did you guys see that meme of me that they compared me to John Stamos, and they found a picture of him with aviators, and they fucking, it was on my Twitter, and they fucking, and the caption was, take your fucking meds. It was hilarious. Fuck. Oh, goddamn it. Talking Dutch again. Sorry, I lost my place. Motherfucker. Thank you for doing that. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up. Looks like I'm almost catching up. Nameless, I'm living in the Netherlands. I didn't fucking know you lived in the Netherlands. Oh my God. And no, I don't think it's Holland. I had a conversation with another Dutch person about this last stream. I know the difference. Always in mirrors everywhere. Always walking about cars. So yeah, fucking all the time. Always trying to fucking fix myself. God damn it. Coke 100%, Coke all the way. Thank God. Thank God you guys are rational. My mom would only get Pepsi when I was a kid. I fucking hated it. I thought Echo was German. I don't know. I honestly had no clue. I legitimately thought she was American. He sucks out self-esteem juices out and pisses it down the toilet. That's why I pee so much. It's all you got to give me so much self-esteem juice. I have to go pee all the time. Let's put some glue in this chair. Oh my God, you guys don't want me to like fucking. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, I lost my place again. Oh wait, okay, I'm almost done. I love the Grinch for Xmas. Yeah, I'm basically the Grinch, but when it comes to emotions. Christmas special video. Okay, I'll probably do one. Even if not many people show up, I feel like it'd be like good for some of us folks who don't have a good childhood. Because like I'm fucking having so much fun. Fuck. No, it fucking went down again. You're a hoot. Davey is a hoot. I fell asleep to the stream and had the. I was that boring? Oh, I'm offended. Sham. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lucas just commented that too. Oh my God, why is it cute like that? I was really tired because I didn't sleep last night. Oh, fuck. Sorry, you didn't sleep. Dating the whole time with Shade Mexican and transformed into a healthy person. Drinking less, prioritized me, spoiled me. Do you think he loved me? I love them. I guarantee if he didn't, like, okay, I can't. I always say this. Who has a definition of love, right? Who has a universal definition of love? I have no clue. I feel like I love people a lot, and he probably felt like he loved you at the very least. Hard to say. Okay. All right, I am fucking caught up. Let's go. Dear Skip Family Christmas for this. Please, we'll all fucking party, have a good time. Everyone bring alcohol who doesn't struggle with that. God, more Dutch. God damn it. Anyways, fucking thank you all guys for coming though. I had a fucking great time. I love this. This seriously is going to be something I do for a while. I'm going to ask my roommate to come to the next one. I hope you all had a good time. Oh man. Now I need to go to a party that I'm fucking late for now. I wonder if they're still watching this. Hi, guys, if you are. So, anyways, you should stream more. I think once a week is reasonable. What do you guys think? There might be some times I just get bored. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to fucking stream right now. But I kind of want to keep it consistent. I'm fucking mad Tess didn't show up. I'm literally going to text her like right now, being like, how dare you? Oh, wait, before I go, let's see if I beat fucking Tess at TikTok followers yet. Holy shit, 57 new fucking. Hey, let's go. Check it out. I beat Tess. Can you guys see? Hey, let's go. Wait, let me see what she's at to make sure. Yeah, she's at 916. I'm at something higher. I'm at one. I get another one. 1,022. Let's go. Sorry, Tess, if you actually end up seeing this at some point. You probably won't. But yeah, I beat Tess. Okay, guys, fucking top priority. I told her that the real competition now is at 10K. So everybody promote my TikTok. We need to beat Tess again. Okay, and I am still over 30%, over 60%. Me, the best narc. Let's go. Not narcissist. I don't know why I said narc. All right. Let's see. You stream one every good time. So cool. I'm glad I made it, man. I am too, dude. You're just like a fun dude. Lucas, why did you understand that? Where are you from? Pretty sure Lucas knows like a fuck ton of languages. I'm growing. I'm trying my best. Crush the thumbs up, dude. Yes, let's go. Also, someday I'm on one of these streams. So I learned really well all the algorithms when it comes to like YouTube and TikTok and Twitter and all that. We need to just fucking exploit the shit out of the algorithm. I will We'll have a plan one day. Go after your content. This is nice. I'm glad. Let's go. Awesome. More Dutch or German. I can't tell. Over 1,000 subs owned. Great cult meeting. Thank you, brothers and sisters. We will return next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I'm seriously going this time. Thank you all for coming. I'm not taking off my glasses again unless I do it. Last time I tried to end the stream. I didn't realize that it was like, oh, are you sure? All hail our emperor. Emperor Jacob. I was about to say my last name. That would have been good. Emperor Nameless. That's my name. You guys all have to call me. Call me my liege from now on. All right. See you guys. Take your fucking meds.